Attention! We do accept super chats and memberships. All money earned goes directly back into the channel to allow for more giveaway prizes and perks for our viewers and listeners. The cost of running shows like this can be expensive and timely, but we do it for you. If you can help support the channel, we greatly appreciate it. But if you can't, all we ask is that you use your social media to share and support that way. We love you and thank you in advance. We'd also like to thank our channel members. We have Saggy Melons, Benson's, Resident Justice, Prakash Swain, DC Talk with Extended, That One Carlos, Caden Reed, Nick Carr, John Rodell, Justin Hines, Billy Robert, Adam Silvestri, Kinky Sphincter, Sean Adama, Nick DePalma, Roblox, Marvel Ultimate, and Raya. And remember, be respectful. As I was saying, my name is TY, and welcome to today's episode of Quick Tip. Nope, that's not right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to today's episode of Jivin with Jack. Folks, it has been a crazy week last week. Last Tuesday, there were internet outages all across the United States, including yours truly. I felt like it was 1997. I did not know what to do with myself. My sister couldn't do her work at home. I couldn't do any work. So just as a precaution, we canceled the show. We didn't want you guys waiting and then at the last second be like, oh, there's no show. And then Thursday, there was some issue with Google. It's all been sorted out. We at Pop Culture Corner have control of our channel again. And I'll be honest with you. I bought Grand Theft Auto, the Trilogy Remastered on Thursday. I have no idea what has happened in the world, except I know that the Kyle Rittenhouse thing is happening. Which, by the way, if during the show the jury has a verdict, we might show it. We'll talk about it. We'll see where we are because, after all, we are a pop culture corner show. We don't talk about politics. But since it's a big thing, if it happens live while we're on air, it happened with Derek Chauvin, we will at least show it. Maybe we'll show a little bracket here in the corner and we'll talk over it about Spiderman and stuff. But I finished Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City over the weekend. I have never done that in my life. I just did nothing this weekend. I got home Friday and I was like, that's it. Oh, and I saw last night in Soho, which was truly wonderful. But we have a lot to talk to you about. There's a Spider-Man trailer coming, I'm being told. Is the Eternals a dud? You know, it made a lot of money, but is it a dud? David Ayer's Suicide Squad made a lot of money. Some might say that was a dud, but we're going to get into that. And I keep hearing rumors about Daredevil. Is Daredevil back? I have no idea. That's why I have my producer and my former co-host, no, I'm just joking, coming in, Caden Reed and Austin Lean 316.
Yeah.
What's up?
Guess who's back, baby?
You know what? We're putting Austin at the bottom today.
Oh, come
Austin
on.
likes
Yeah.
Come on.
You're
You
at
know,
the
I'm only
stinky
here
bot
for a
all day.
little bit.
Yeah.
Caden's just upset because Caden and I, Caden and I, we didn't get divorced, but it's now a throuple. We'll just put that out there.
Yeah.
Saggy there's a whole theme between him and Saggy. There's an internet feud between Caden and his bro.
There's an internet feud
Jack,
between me and
Jack,
Sandy.
Jack, hold on, Caden. I gotta brag about you for a second. Jack,
Yeah.
our boy Caden has grown up and gone out on his own. He's on Jarbo streams.
Wow.
He's on everybody's streams now. It's so beautiful. It's so and now he's got his own internet feud.
With who? With who?
Saggy Melons. And
one of our in-house. Oh, that's great. Uh-oh.
I can't tell you.
Now, when you say feud, is it like really hostile, or is it like
how proud? Oh, it's over me. That's what's even better. But yeah, it's really.
I might
really
not know
great.
about these things. See, I'm always the last.
If
person
you're
to
gone
know
for
about
a week, a lot lot of things happen.
Oh.
See, I fumble my words right now. A lot of things happen.
Dude, forget the show. I kind of want to hear about this. Well, maybe not. I don't know.
It was. Let me tell you something, man.
Part of me is just like, dude, screw the show. Cancel the show. Let's go backstage and talk about
videos. Pictures were sent. Death threats.
I'm dead now. I'm a ghost.
Saggy has fallen madly in love with me, which is understandable. And we have decided to enter an internet marriage, and therefore, by law of the internet, we are together. Yes, and so yeah, it's good stuff, man. Caden got kind of jealous because there was a thing, but but we worked it out. I take the right side of the bed. At the end of the day, I get the right side of the bed, and I'm all happy.
You're more left side of the bed, though, right?
Oh, I'm on the right, baby.
I'm in the middle, literally. If you
I mean, you and Peyton should be on the left side of the bed.
I'm in the middle directly. If I am in my bed, I'm in the middle because that's where my pillows are.
So Caden, we scarred.
I think Caden, you got it. What I was saying, that was a joke, though.
But hey, I know. Look, first of all, it's great to see you, man. I know we were off. It's great to see everybody. Look at you guys.
It's a Christmas tree.
Everyone's here.
Everyone's here.
He fell through and got a Christmas tree up in this corner.
I had to. But hey, real quick before we, as always, we got to shout out the chat, man.
Here we go.
We got to shout out the chat. So of course, Nick, what is up, my guy Nick? Good to see you, man. It's been a minute.
I'm glad the Jackalites catching on.
That's right, the Jackalites.
The Austin Files.
No, we'll call them the Little Leans.
The little aliens.
So we got Ty. Ty, is always good to see you. Andrew, Casali, what's up, man? Anthony is a riot, guys. I cannot. Oh my gosh, this guy cracks me up. RJ, man, hey, my guy RJ, can't wait. I'm gonna actually be on his show a little bit later today, talking some stuff too. So it's gonna be fun. And also, I'll be on.
Rise of Skywalker is better than the Last Jedi. All right, let's keep going.
Get out of here! Who hurt you?
Okay, Anthony keeps on slandering me since last night.
Yo, there's a lot of slander that's been going on.
There's been a lot of slander.
Where you're on Giant Boy Jack, just by association, you're not terrible. You're just automatically cool. You're awesome. But I gotta say, I know we've talked about this, but we're a couple of weeks into your show. I want to congratulate you.
Dude, thank you, man.
Good. Yeah. I'm enjoying it. I'm not gonna lie that I've seen every episode. I didn't watch my show, but I like what I'm seeing. I like the new setup. I mean, granted, you had to set up weeks ago, but if you want to check it out, folks, Kate, maybe you can put a link in the comment section if anyone is not following Mr. Austin Lean.
Hey, thank you, man. And look, anytime you're not busy bonking and bingoing and
dude, bingo is so boring, but it pays well. I did not realize bingo is a huge thing. They're you want to host bingo? I'm like, okay, we'll pay you $100. I'm like, okay.
Hey, Jack, wait a minute. What are you doing December 12th through the 15th, 16th?
Let me see. Let's go to 12th.
14th through the 15th, 17th.
Oh, I have bingo 15, 16 probably I'll be free. Why?
You should come to Vegas, man.
Yeah, we're doing a big Vegas.
So everyone's coming to me, RJ, Bradley, William. Gavin Cooley told me yesterday he's coming out to Vegas. We're all going to see Spiderman No Way Home together.
Oh.
I can see Gavin.
Damn. Crap. Let me think about it. Let me think. Let me think about it.
We can do a Driving with Jack live from Vegas.
From Vegas. Maybe from a showcase. Do you guys have showcase cinemas there? We'll just be like, hey, we have a deal with you guys.
No, but we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. That'd be kind of cool. That's right. And we're going to talk Spider-Man today. We're going to talk Daredevil today. I want to talk Eternals, but it seems the crowd wants to talk about Spider-Man first. What do you think?
You know what? Give the crowd what they want, right?
Give the crowd. Let's start with Spider-Man, but I think you wanted to show me something.
You know what? Yeah, let's start off with something. And of course, always there's 12 people in the chat. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, this video, share it with some friends, share it on your Twitter, on your TikTok, on your Facebook, and your Meta, and all of that fun stuff.
It's not Facebook anymore. It's MetaBook.
Whatever. I'll meta your face, okay? I'm kidding. I love you, Kaden. Dear God.
That was weird.
Yeah, the trailer started playing. Usually, if you open the tab, it doesn't start playing until you click on the tab, but all of a sudden it just started playing really loudly.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I thought
here's some sad news, but also good news. Now that we have our accounts back from Google after they locked us out, it turns out like almost no episodes of Jivin with Jack are monetized because at some point we said something that got us criminalized. Because at some point you watch trailers and stuff like that, but at some point we have all said something. So folks, I'm gonna do a little Ty impersonation here, but we could really use the super chats because every episode it's like offensive language, mention something, you crossed our guidelines or whatever.
Which is so weird. Look, we should just be able to fight the copyright claim and
we do. Ty's always fighting the claims, but they're always it's problematic,
I think one thing we all know that with Jivin and Jack the past few weeks have been very controversial, but that's just Jivin and Jack.
Yeah.
They have been.
So folks, here's what's going to happen. I'm already calling this right now. The Kyle Rittenhouse thing is going to happen live. We were going to bring that up, and we're going to be in a whole lot of trouble after that, just for mentioning his name. And
we're already demonetized.
We're already demonetized. So folks, super chat.
There's
really
a Mexican on the stream. YouTube demonetized us. There's two brown people talking. No, shut it down.
Exactly.
And as someone who's just
I want to say Sam in the chat. I don't know. Say hi, Sam. Who's the new guy? Kind of not new. Check out like the last.
I think he means me, maybe. No, Sam knows.
I don't know who.
Sam.
About.
Who are you talking about?
During the weeks when you were not here. So, Sam, this is my co-host. Caden is our producer. Caden fills in because Austin started his new channel, but technically, I like to think now I have two co-hosts. Is that really co-hosts? Is there tri-hosts? I don't know.
Well, exactly. You can have all the co-hosts you want.
If me and Austin and Bradley can be in a throuple, then there can be tri-hosts.
Yeah.
There you go.
Pretty much, yeah.
But Resident Justice, new information I was told. What did he say?
He was saying that Toby and Andrew may not be in the trailer.
Oh, yeah.
They're not going to be in the freaking trailer. Of course not.
That.
Come on. You really think that? Look, did you guys see the new Ghostbusters trailer? Yeah.
It's going to be like that. It's going to be like that.
See it this weekend.
I'm seeing it. I've seen it this week, too. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
But
I thought you were going somewhere like, guys, have you seen the new trailer yet?
Well, yes, I am. You know how that new trailer ends, right, with the shot of the original three.
Oh,
just the bottom. It's just the bottom half of them holding their weapons. That's all you see, right? So I did think, maybe we'll get maybe some feet stepping through the portal, some spider feet.
Or something like, the Flash trailer, you heard Michael Keaton's voice, but you didn't actually see him type of thing.
Or you mean Willem Dafoe? You heard that?
No, I'm talking about with the Flash trailer, yeah.
Yes, with the Flash, you're right. Yeah, no, look, I mean, I don't look. I think this trailer is going to be a lot of villains, and I think we're going to see Charlie Cox. I don't think we're going to see his Cox, but I think we are going to see Charlie Cox. Again, not his Cox specifically, but the Cox. Listen, the guy that played Daredevil in the Netflix series, his Cox is being. I mean, Charlie is coming to
this guy.
He's in the movie. That one, not his Cox. Him, the face.
This is very.
Yeah, we're already losing track. We're all losing track of the show, but that's okay. I like how Spider-Man and Daredevil are kind of mixing together. But look, Spider-Man, No Way Home.
Who doesn't?
Do you think they should even? Ty had this idea that they did the first trailer. Let it be.
Let it be.
That's it. Now we're getting sued by Paul McCartney.
Spider-Man, go and die.
Do you think they should just leave it? Obviously you are getting a trailer today. Do you think that, we showed you one trailer that is all you're getting? Salivate, you bastards.
You know
and
what?
then we're gonna leak everything for our
Everything,
wedding.
yeah.
Yep. You know, look, I personally, I think I would have liked to see their trailers approach more like kind of how Endgame did. You remember Endgame?
Okay,
They did
yeah.
the first 40 seconds was like a recap. Everything that has happened so far, right?
Yeah.
They should have done that with a lot. Like, when you take into consideration everything that's happened up to this movie, a lot has happened in Phase 4. Now, the content hasn't been that great, but a lot has happened.
Eternals is technically, yeah. Well, so I got to go out ahead and say something. I consciously decided not to go see the Eternals. I've been to the movies twice since it came out. I saw Antlers and I saw Last Night in Soho, which might be one of the best movies I've seen this year. I loved any guys fans of Edgar Wright? He made Shaun of the Dead, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. He made Hot Fuzz, Baby Driver, and it was like, oh, such a good movie. You would like it, Austin. It's real cinema. Okay. Last Night in Soho. And Anya Taylor-Joy, I never got
Where's
the obsession.
H-Parts? Is it real Defoe cinema? H-Parts, where are you? I need you, man.
Ow.
I need you.
All these inside sources are bullshit. Nobody care about Toby. Toby Wong. Toby Wong.
Toby.
It's Toby the Demon from Paranormal Activity.
Yeah. Toby. Oh, I saw that too. They did a reboot of Paranormal Activity.
With the Amish, am I correct?
Yeah, and the whole time I keep pausing and I'm like, I know Amish. I've lived with Amish. We work with Amish. That is not how the Amish are. Someone just made this stuff up, but then you find out the end why. So just without really, it's on Paramount.
You're complaining, and then you're like, oh, that's why.
Look, Toby. I think of course, I think Toby's gonna show up. I think he's gonna die. I think it's gonna be like to Tom. You know, hey,
No Way Home is the last MCU movie.
With great power comes great responsibility, kid. And then remember what he did to Defoe with the glider?
Yeah.
I want Defoe to do that to him.
Oh, with the glider going through him? I don't know, man. This is MCU. They're not going to do anything that violent.
It's going to be a real sentimental moment, okay? Just imagine. And Gavin, let me tell you something, man. I'm on like...
Same.
Let me tell you something, dude. I have not slept at this point. I've hit the 24-hour mark. I don't know what you're drinking there. I got a White Claw and a watermelon.
Shake. I just ran 2 miles, so.
I got a White Claw and a watermelon Red Bull. I'm gonna mix them both, and I'm gonna turn. Look,
I slept for an hour.
This place is gonna turn to a disco. But listen, here's what's gonna happen to Toby. Okay, it's gonna be a real sentimental moment. It's gonna be the big scene. Tom's fighting the other villains. Andrew's fighting the other villains. Toby's fighting the other villains, and then there's gonna be the big team up. They all come through. Take out one like Doc Ock with all of his octopus arms and all that, and he's gonna get like thrown through like a wall or something. They're all look at each other, gonna be like, "Yeah, guys, we did it." And Tom's gonna look at Toby and he's like, "Yeah, man." Toby's gonna be like, "So proud of you, kid." And then out of nowhere, Green Goblin with the speeder is just gonna come through and right into the wall.
Are we gonna see Toby ugly cry? You know that JC makes Uncle Ben.
Just like the first film, it's gonna reverse. Let me tell you. And Toby's gonna be like, and then Tom's gonna be like, no, and then he's gonna beat the living out of Green Goblin, and I'm gonna be at half chub. So at that point,
and then Daredevil comes in.
Oh my God! And then Daredevil comes in. Sorry guys, if you've just joined.
And they gotta play Evanescence when he comes in. I know that's the Ben Affleck one, but they gotta play some Mel. But that's like, wake me up, wake me up, wake me up, and save me. Dude, how awesome would it be if after Charlie Cox's Daredevil shows up, Ben Affleck's Daredevil shows up, and then Ben Affleck's Batman? Maybe Marvel will hire Ben Affleck to be Batman. I don't know. Just all these people come in.
Are they recasting Jennifer Lopez as Elektra?
Shows up. Huh?
Are they recasting Jennifer Lopez as Elektra?
Oh! She's not Greek, but she looks like her. Dude, that's even better than my idea of her as Catwoman. Dude, J-Lo as Elektra? How funny is that? Ben Affleck's first wife is, the original Elektra replaced with the new girlfriend. Just like, and I'm out.
Yeah, he's
oh my God, dude, that'd be so. Listen, I'm really excited for Spider-Man No Way Home because I think it's going to knock it out of the park, and they need a home run because so far, in my opinion, DC has put out better movies this year than Marvel has, and I'm including the Snydercut and the Suicide Squad. Didn't like Black Widow. Like Shang-Chi. I have not seen the Eternals, but I decided not to go see it. I was like, you know what? I really felt like going to see it was like going to church on a Sunday morning. And my parents like, you have to see it. You have to go to church. But Mom, it's Sunday at 10 o'clock. You have to go and sit and watch. And I was like, screw it.
I feel that.
And I just didn't want to watch it. I know that we covered Marvel and stuff, but from what I'm hearing, it's just, it's not bad. It's just.
Look, man, I saw it, and I want to see it again. I personally liked it. I liked what I saw. Again, I saw the movie incredibly sleep deprived. I was determined to be on a discussion stream about it.
Yeah.
And so I watched it very, very early, like the first screening with no sleep, and then did the show. I liked what I saw. There's some really great moments. Really great moments. And I would say like a couple scenes just hit deep.
Yeah.
But overall, I would say,
Anthony.
It has a lot of plot holes. It's really messy. Do you want to be honest? It's very much comparable to the theatrical cut of Batman versus Superman.
Okay. Yeah.
It's
Do
a
you
lot
think
of
there's chunks of this movie missing?
It's a lot of story. I'm sorry, say that again.
Do you think there are chunks of this movie missing? Because I feel like this could have been a 3 hour kind of like
no. This was plenty. This was 2 hours and 40 minutes, maybe 20 minutes too long. Okay. I mean,
I've seen some people make the argument where it should have been a Disney Plus miniseries rather than a movie.
Possibly, because look, you're dealing with 10 different characters. You're dealing with a lot. Look, man, this is for general audience. This is heavy stuff. You're not, and I talked about a little bit last night on Lean on Me was that I think this is gonna be jarring. But I think this is gonna be jarring for the general audience in that the multiverse, right? You're dealing with the Celestials and the history of the Celestials and Eternals, dealing with their place and their purpose as creations by the Celestials. It's a lot of heavy stuff. It's a lot. It really is. It's not your typical Marvel movie in that way.
But
it's very ambitious. Very ambitious.
Like, how do I put this? Like, some people are saying, oh, maybe it's too complex for people to understand. And I haven't seen it yet. But what I've heard is there's a lot of exposition. I mean, all these comic book movies have exposition, but this movie particularly had a lot of exposition, and it was not interesting. Tarantino does exposition,
right.
But he does it well. You're not even mad when Tarantino does exposition. But there's a lot of exposition, and a lot of people felt that it kind of dragged. I heard that Salma Hayek was not in it that much. I heard that Angelina Jolie seemed like she didn't want to be there.
She was great, actually. You want to be honest? Salma and Angelina Jolie.
She's been kind of disappeared. I haven't seen Angelina Jolie since what was that movie where her son gets kidnapped and the police think she's crazy? Changeling.
Yeah, well, she did do a movie earlier this year called
One in the Forest.
Yeah, I forgot what it was called, but it's in the forest. And I mean, look, I'll be honest, Angie and Selma were my favorite parts of the film. And the guy that plays actually, you know what, Pathos or whatever, he's great,
Faustus.
right? Who?
Faustus.
Prostate?
Faustus.
Wait, Angelina Jolie's only 46 years old?
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Wait, so how old was she in Gina?
Are you talking about Brian T. Henry?
Yes, Brian T. Henry, dude. He's phenomenal in this movie. He's a standout for me. And also the kid that played Druag, Barry
Kogan.
Him.
I don't think these guys are going to become household names that quickly. I feel like there's too many names to memorize.
Well, no, not that quickly, but I'll tell you what, Barry's on his way. Brian already has a very successful career. Wasn't a big fan of Richard Madden. Be honest. I'll be honest with that. The Sprite, pardon my French, Fuck that hoe.
Which one is she?
I'm
The little kid. Well,
little.
she's that little kid, and really, she's really like one of like the oldest ones, but she's trapped in a little girl body.
Oh, that one.
That little piece of crap in the middle. No, I'm kidding. But look,
Isn't there a character like that in what's that Amazon show that we watched, where there's a kid who turns out his dad is a superhero, and it turns out his dad killed. No, not The Boys.
Oh, are you talking about Jupiter's Legacy?
Invincible.
No, it was like a cartoon. You were like
Invincible.
Is there a little girl who's actually way older, but she keeps de-aging every time she uses her powers?
Right. Real quick, hey, let's give a quick shout out. Quick shout out.
Like that, though.
Yeah. Real quick, let's give a quick shout out to the chat because it is lit. We love you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here. I saw Adam. Adam is in the chat. What is up, Adam? Good to see you, man. What is up, Justin, Andrew, Gavin, RJ, Ty, Jack, etc. Wheel of Time looks very interesting to me, Benson. I'm really excited to see that, actually. But
every time I see that girl, I think of that movie Gone Girl. I forgot that actress's name.
Love her, Rosamund Pike.
Rosamund Pike, yeah. Every time I see her, I think of Gone Girl, and it just scares me how terrifying she is.
Man, she killed Neil Patrick Harris and left his bloody dick all over the place. It was just.
And what she does with the wine bottle, with the wine bottle, I was like, damn. Remember, she uses a wine bottle to injure herself a certain way.
Yes, I do.
Did you guys see I Care a Lot with Rosamund Pike and Isa Gonzalez?
I did not, but I want to. I know that was a
really
Netflix.
good.
She won an award.
Yeah,
I think she won an award for it.
Yeah, it's really good. Like
I want to check it out.
It was like I would want another movie with Rosamund Pike and Isa Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Like it's
another Ben. So wait, was she the one who dated Ben Affleck?
Who?
The girl you just said, Isa Gonzalez, right?
No, that's Ana de Armas.
Yes.
Oh, never mind. Sorry, all these Mexican names all sound the same to me.
Hey.
Hey.
That's Latino X.
Latinx.
I'm kidding. I don't give a.
It's Latinx. Yeah, you can't say
What?
Latinx is awesome. Listen, Latinx is what white people say you should call yourself. So just keep calling yourself Latinx. Oh boy, where are we? What are we talking about today? The show is already off the rails. All right, Austin.
Let's answer this Benson's question. So
okay.
Is Andrew Garfield lying about him being a werewolf or not? He is lying about being a werewolf. Because he's not a werewolf. He's Spider-Man.
Oh, I'm a werewolf.
Yeah. Werewolf. There. No, Mel Brooks fans in here. No one's ever seen Young Frankenstein. Werewolf. Werewolf. Werewolf.
You know what I was just thinking the other day? Someone should reboot Frankenstein. Why isn't anybody
tried it a couple of times?
Yeah, but they were trash. Like,
here's the thing: do you want to reboot the book, or do you want to reboot the movie? Because the movie and the book are completely different. I think people want that monster.
I want to reboot the guy that creates a strong, uncontrollable monster that wreaks havoc on a small town.
Yeah, so that would be the movie. Because in the book is very different. The monster's like really intellectual and speaks and.
Does he kill people though?
He kills like one girl, but it's like, it's not like.
Then you know what? I would do the book, but I would expand on the book. He kills 8 girls.
Yeah.
Or 8 people. Like not girls specifically. My bad.
He's like philosophizing. He's like quoting.
I like that. Then I would.
Dante's Paradise, or sorry, Dante's Inferno, and John Milton's Paradise Lost. Like he's like all philosophical. Well, you wanted a guy with bolts in his neck, ripping shit like.
Oh no, Homeboy would still have the bolts, but like I would cast like Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh.
As like
Dr. Frankenstein.
Right, as he's like slitting someone's throat, he's like, "You created the monster that we," some weird That Benedict.
Noah Gonzalez says, "I watched X-Men the animated series. I watched the first episode when I was 5 years old in 1993." I love that show.
I was in 1993.
You weren't even born.
I wasn't born in 1993.
1993. Todd was born in 93.
9 years ago, before I was born.
Yeah. 9 years before you were born. I watched it when it was on Fox, and that music. Da, na, 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 na. So why are they calling it X-Men 97? But I missed Disney Day completely, folks. If you missed it, check out our live coverage. I did the whole day. Is it because the show ended in 97? Because that's the 5th season.
Yes, that is. Yes,
So is it going to be set in 97?
It's gonna continue where it left off. Yeah, exactly.
Because they
with updated animation.
I kid you not, kind of did a loose sequel series called Wolverine and the X-Men. It was actually pretty decent. Only lasted a season though. It's set in modern times, and basically the X-Men. It's very Days of Future Past. Professor Xavier contacts Wolverine in the present from like the future. Like, listen, we need your help. This is what's going to happen, and you got to stop it. So Wolverine has to now become the leader of the X-Men. So, Justin's only a year younger than I. So he definitely saw it live when it aired. And I remember that first episode was so good. It's Jubilee on the run, Sentinels after her. And all of a sudden the X-Men find her, and it's like, whoa, this is good stuff.
You know, I grew up during the time when they were still running all the reruns, like very often, like of that and Spiderman. And
ABC Family, like what it used to be called back when they had them all. Like in the early 2000s.
They changed ABC Family so many times.
And now it's Freeform. I can't believe those people made Pretty Little Liars. I love that show. Got a secret? Can you? I got a poster back there of all the girls.
Oh wow!
Can you keep?
It's very nice.
Oh wow!
Yeah, but yeah,
making a sequel or revival to that or reboot. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like I don't know, like different actresses.
That's Jeff Johns as a writer and executive producer. What is Jeff?
Okay, Johns it won't be good then. It won't be good because that show worked because it was written by a female.
I think it's the same one I'm talking about.
Okay.
I hope not.
I hope Jeff Johns. The only reason I hope he does it if he got fired from Warner Brothers or DC Films rather, and they're like, Jeff Johns, we need me and my friend Walter Amato. We need a job. So, but yeah, no, I'm actually very. I keep getting these things on WhatsApp, like we have your contract. I gotta block this.
We have your contract.
Basically they want you to start like talking to them, or I get a random Asian girl messaging me saying, "Hey, it's good to see you again."
It's good to see you again,
Jack.
No, these.
Know you were.
No. These are all. They probably find out I watch Korean dramas or something. They're like, "Oh, let's get them." By the way, did you guys see Squid Game? I think I'm the only one in the group who saw Squid Game.
No, I saw Squid Game.
Okay, never mind. We just never talked about it. But yeah,
red light, blue, or red light, green light, whatever, yellow light.
Yeah. Hey, you guys want to play a fun game?
Yep.
All right, so I do this thing during Quizzo called explaining a movie pop badly. You guys know what that is?
Yes.
I explain a movie pop badly, and then you have to guess what the movie I'm talking about is. Have you guys ever done that?
Okay.
I have.
Okay.
I have done it many times in film and theater class. It's fun.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Whatever,
okay.
Caden. We know you're good. All right. God.
Yeah. Caden's like, yes. Caden puts like a cigar in his mouth. He takes out his cufflinks. Yes. When I was in film school, we had caviar.
He took what out of his mouth?
Oh, jeez.
What? You created me. I am your Frankenstein.
He said cigar.
I am your Frankenstein, Jack.
He said cigar.
You created this.
He said cigar.
You created a monster.
I created a monster.
I don't think he's gonna hear that.
Oh boy.
Caden, no Google? Yeah. Well, I was wrong. He's not part of any producing or writing on that. So.
Oh my god, I can't even find him now. He's distracted me. I'm like, where the hell is it? But basically, so here's an easy one for those of you wondering. Orphan billionaire beats up mentally handicapped people.
Batman.
Right. White teenager discovers magic when he has wood in his hands.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, see, like it's exactly like that. Okay, you guys ready for this? All right, these are all movies. A racist kills a black man and then isn't racist anymore.
What? A racist kills a black man and then isn't racist anymore.
Oh my god.
That's actually in the movie. That's actually what happens, literally.
Oh my god.
American History X.
American History X is correct.
Woo!
I haven't seen that movie, so.
Let's go.
A man who escaped Alcatraz tries to sneak back in.
Escape from Alcatraz.
Nope. He escaped Alcatraz and tries to get back in.
Is it? I was gonna say something else.
Actually, that's a pretty accurate. He escaped Alcatraz and now he's
No,
trying to
because
get back
then
in.
this person escapes in the end of the movie.
The Rock.
The Rock. Yep.
Oh.
The Terminator and Apollo Creed fight an alien.
A Terminator?
And Apollo Creed fight an alien.
Predator.
Predator. Yeah.
Oh.
Predator. Han Solo and his dad James Bond look for Jesus' cup.
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
All right. Kevin Spacey pretends to be disabled even though he isn't.
American Beauty?
Nope.
Wait, Kevin Spacey pretends to be what?
Disabled. Physically disabled even though he isn't. It's a very famous reveal.
Oh my god.
He won his first Oscar for that movie.
I know. I'm blanking the name of the movie. Kevin Spacey.
Usual Suspects. The Usual
Suspects. Very good. All right, here we go. A freed slave tries to buy slaves.
A free slave tries. Is it
Yeah, you got
Django Unchained?
Django Unchained, yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
I was
That's
like,
right.
wait.
That's right.
All right, here we go. Where did I lose it? Okay.
Hey, RJ, I hit
weapons manufacturer stops manufacturing weapons, but then becomes one-man army.
Iron Man.
Yeah, that was easy.
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson gets arrested after telling the truth.
Oh, A Few Good Men.
Jesus dies really slowly.
The Passion of the Christ.
There we go. Boom.
That was great. Oh my gosh, I love that. You should do that. That should be a segment. That is phenomenal.
I got plenty of these. Some of these I made up myself. Some of them I stole from the internet. But yeah, I had one for TV shows and I can't find it.
Once you get going there, you get a nice little little rush. Yeah, it's like, you ever play Taboo?
Oh no, I never played Taboo.
Oh man,
Can I give you guys like two more?
Go ahead.
A grumpy emo chick ponders whether to shag a corpse or a dog over several years.
I know that one.
A what?
A grumpy emo chick decides whether to shag. Okay, you say it.
To shag a corpse or to shag a dog over several years. Shag is have sex with.
I know what shag is. Do you think I don't?
I'm
just saying. Know?
I'm just saying.
You think I don't know what shag?
Just go.
I don't know.
It's I know what it is, but I don't want to take it away. I don't want to give it away because I've seen that one before. Anyone know? Anyone in the comments? It's Twilight.
I don't know. Well, I couldn't care less. That's why. That's it. Rhea! What's up, Rhea?
Hey.
Good to see you, Rhea.
Oh, I got another one.
Okay.
Drug addict girl takes advantage of mentally challenged boy for 3 decades.
Forrest Gump?
Yep. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, Forrest Gump.
I saw that somebody sent me the best meme the other day, and it was Forrest, when she tells him, she goes, Forrest, this is your baby. He goes, I'm the daddy. She goes, you're the daddy. And he just disappears, dude. Just literally fades out of the dusted, gone. Forrest, run! No, go ahead. Sorry.
A guy learns to love a girl without an Instagram filter.
Without what?
Without an Instagram filter.
Is that a Shallow Hal?
No.
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 Huh. I actually don't know that
idea.
one.
Shrek.
Oh, Shrek.
Okay, so hold on, Benson. It's not the shelf; it's the camera. I swear to God, the shelf is level. And also like I have the computer like on like some books and stuff right now, so like my computer's kind of like okay. It's low.
Blame your computer.
Yeah, blame the computer.
You know what, Kaden? There's a reason we got divorced.
Oh my God! But yes, that was just a little.
That was fun.
I can't find my other ones. I don't know. I have like 7 of them. I can't find them at all. Like white man gets out of jail. A white man gets out of jail before the black guy.
Right.
Oh.
Look, I do have
Redemption.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Shawshank Redemption.
Dear God. I do got to get going. Unfortunately, but I love that, dude. You got to do that again. To everybody in the chat, thank you guys always for being here. Make sure to tune in Tuesdays, Thursdays, Jivin with Jack.
Yes.
I'm here as much as I can be, but yeah. Oh, that's why I wanted to touch on one thing before I go, and that was I agreed with you in that I do think Eternals is going to be Marvel's first dud. It took a massive drop this weekend. Yeah, it took a massive drop this weekend. It had a strong opening, but here's the thing with Marvel movies: what keeps these movies making $1 billion and keeps them going is the hype afterwards, right?
Yeah.
People like the movies after. People talk about the movies. We may not like them, but most part, general audiences and people talk about and like them. Good word of mouth.
Yeah.
This movie has not gotten good word of mouth. You talk to a lot of Marvel fans. All my entire group of Marvel friends.
Yeah.
Did not like the Eternals.
And general audiences, because look, you need your Marvel fans, but Marvel's trying to get the general audiences. They want to get everyone. And if they're not down with this, I'm just saying I think they're lucky the next film is Spider-Man. Because if the next film was another property that people aren't familiar with, being good or not would be irrelevant. It would be like, I didn't like the last one. People are fickle like that. You're like, people are fickle. They're like, I didn't like that last one. I'm not going to see the next one. So luckily, the next film is a highly anticipated film. Daredevil. Spider-Man.
Wait, what?
Spider-Man, No Way Home.
Cox by Marvels. Anyways, guys, we'll talk to you later. It was great being here as always.
Right.
And,
we're watermarked by John.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
God. All right.
Next on the record, I didn't know there was so much
That's
paper.
real original.
I know. I said that. I stole it from Enosh Poindexter. You should also check him out.
But yeah. Alrighty, guys. Love y'all. Peace out.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Shh, guys, be quiet. Let's see what Jack's doing.
My dad's hard of hearing, so I screamed his name out, and he's like, "Oh, what happened?" He started screaming something. Oh, jeez. But yeah. So look, I just want to take a look at this because how many of you like the Eternals? Made more money than Incredible Hulk, but Incredible Hulk was considered a dud, and it was the second film of the MCU.
If you think
I know, I think it's a great movie. It just didn't make the money I think they wanted it to make because I think Iron Man came out 2 months earlier, made $500 million. Okay, so Noel Gonzalez loves Eternals. Adam's leaving. No, he's saying goodbye to Austin. My bad. Is he going to stream on his channel or chase more? Oh, damn. Hey. Behave yourselves. Speaking of controversy, actually, Ty's going to be joining us a little bit sooner. Ty's going to jump in because Ty is the boss, and Ty knows everything about all these things. Kaden, what the hell happened on Disney Plus Day? Because I have no idea. All I know is that the X-Men are getting their own show. Something happened with Daredevil. What happened with Daredevil? Why are we talking about Daredevil more than we were, let's say, 3 weeks ago?
So basically, what happened on Disney Plus Day was
that's because you suck, Justin. All right,
a lot of cool Disney Plus shows got announced and got new updated logos. Agatha got officially announced, and X-Men got officially announced. Marvel Zombies, that the creator, one of the writers from What If just said that.
Is Marvel Zombies the one where the Punisher kills all of them?
No.
Or am I thinking of something? That's Punisher kills you.
Did you watch What If?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I did watch Star Trek Prodigy, though. It's okay. And I haven't caught up the last 2 episodes of Chucky. So there's one tonight and one last week, right?
Yeah, there's one tonight.
Because I think you said you loved last week's episode,
really
right?
Oh my god, there's 2 moments that made you cry, but it's also because, LGBT representation. But
if it's done well, I'm
it's
fine
done
with
very well. It's done very well. It's not forced.
God, they own Star Wars.
Oh my god, that was the most
Did they cancel what's her name's face? Patty Jenkins' Rogue Squadron movie. I keep hearing that, but you're saying
they shelved that. They shelved that one and Ryan Johnson's trilogy.
Oh, good. They should have shelved Ryan Johnson's trilogy. I can't believe that was still on the table.
I know. I don't. But so Marvel Zombies in What If was basically Hank Pym goes to get Janet Van Dyne.
Okay.
But she has this disease, and when they come back, they're zombies and they start attacking everyone.
Ooh.
And basically everyone there's very few survivors.
Okay.
And the group of survivors is Spiderman, Bucky, Happy Hogan, Sharon Carter.
Real quick, X-Men 97. Will it have the same writers? Because you bring back the original animators, it will have the same writers. They were pretty good writers. I want that 90s.
They'll have new writers, but with so it has new writers and old writers. It's good.
That's a good balance, because people always argue, what is better, Batman the Animated Series or X-Men the Animated Series in the 90s? And I would say the answer is Spawn the Animated Series. But I digress.
Right. But yeah, so you had, and then Agatha, which was officially confirmed, which is the dark comedy.
Can I say that I think they might have jumped the gun with that? Does she have a lot of story to tell?
No,
or is it just people like her? Green light.
People say that, but guess what? It was the #1 trending of all of the Disney Plus things that was out, that was announced. It was
really?
Yeah.
The Agatha show? I mean, I like Catherine.
It had the most likes, it had the most retweets, it had the most comments on, and had the most
people on Twitter are stupid
everywhere.
Anyone who uses Twitter is an idiot. By the way, follow me at Jivin with Jack on Twitter. If not, make sure you follow Pop Culture.
And make sure you follow Caden Reed and also comment on his birthday post.
Caden, I love how your real name is your Twitter handle.
I know.
Everyone just be creepy going on my page like Caden Reed.
I know.
Los Angeles.
I probably made that in 5th grade.
Yeah. Wait, real quick. If you're going to Las Vegas to hang out with Austin, are you allowed to drink?
Probably not.
Wait, does Vegas have different rules? Like in the UK, it's 18. Is Vegas one of those places where it doesn't help, Caden, that you look a lot younger than you actually are? Let me see. Where's that picture of Caden? Oh, did we take it down?
I think it got taken down.
No, I didn't take it down. You took it down, you bastard.
I didn't take it down. Ty
left it up there.
Ty did.
I took it. But anyway, Caden is such a baby. I mean that in a good way. Here's a picture of Caden. This is what Caden actually looks like.
Yeah, I'm John Campea, guys.
Yeah, John Campea.
Ha ha ha. You guys got.
Would you prefer a Spider-Man 94 revival or a spectacular Spider-Man?
Spectacular.
My only issue with 94, I love the show. It's just that they cast 30-year-olds to do the voice.
Yeah.
And it was clearly a grown man, hello, Aunt May. I got to shave before I go to high school. God damn taxes! It's just so obviously a grown man. But the show was great.
The show's fine. But what was wrong with it? Yeah, exactly. Was the casting of 30-year-olds to play.
Noel Gonzalez says I want to see Loki. What If, WandaVision, and okay. I'll be honest with you.
Season 2 got announced and Loki.
Oh really? Okay.
Also. And they showed some footage for She-Hulk and Moon Knight and Miss Marvel. It looks pretty cool.
Is Miss Marvel the Pakistani girl with the hand? She's basically Mr. Fantastic. That's where you know when they're running out of things, when they got to give everyone the same superpower.
They're changing her.
What if I came up with a girl who had the powers of a spider?
No way! I have a better one. What if we do this? Where Wolverine had a son, and he took over for Wolverine. And let's name him Dakin. It's some weird name I come up with, but it's going to be cool.
I'm going to say this about John Campea real quick. We make fun of him, but I will totally sell out for money. I'm warning you right now. You know me. I will totally sell off. I'm just joking.
Oh,
If Showcase Cinema says, Jack, you have to say this, but we'll pay you, I'll be like, yes, Eternals was wonderful.
Hold on.
Ty, let's go get your ass in here. I think Nick Carr's getting a little bit bored without Ty. He's like,
oh my god.
Oh my god. But yeah, listen, so basically, from what I understand, it started with this. Daredevil.
Yeah.
Talent grid. So, tell me who is RPK and why people say we shouldn't trust him. We should trust him, her.
Yeah, we should.
They.
So this is the grid. It's a writer's grid from May 2020 this year. From May this year. Basically what writer grids are is they contact the writers that they have on the list to pitch them a series or a movie. So right now they're in the pitch.
Why not get the guys who wrote that show?
I think they're trying.
Stephen DeKnight, I think was his name. He was a showrunner.
I think
this show is
he might be on that
perfect.
list. We don't, but that's just what the writer's grid is.
See, here's my thing.
So it's
I would want a show.
It's an active development, but that the pitch or writers phase where they're like they might have writers now, and writing the script and waiting to announce it after No Way Home or after Echo or after
because here's my thing. I know everyone thinks like WandaVision's great, but I want a Daredevil show that's more like the Netflix series and less like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and less like Loki. And I like Loki. I want it to be intense. I want this guy's face covered in blood. I mean, this guy was look how intimidating he is. The dude is like 6'5", and you know he's probably 6'6" with those shoes on. Just a monster of a human being. I don't know if I trust like Kevin Feige's writing team to write something as good as Daredevil.
I think
because Daredevil is probably the best written Marvel comic. Just a lot of great writing.
I think with the whole because again there's like a lot of business.
Yeah, I like Loki, but I don't want it to be written like Loki. I don't want everyone to be quipping with each other and making jokes. I want serious adults. Like this scene, there's no scene in any Marvel movie that is this effing intense. Like I don't know if you guys have seen that show where she's like, I was the one who killed him. And you just see like Kingpin's eyes just glow like he wants to rip her throat out, but like the FBI's watching, like you're like, oh my god. Like I literally like my balls shrank in that scene. Like I got scared.
I hope they bring back the actor who played Agent Ahmed. Is that his name?
Yeah, but he died though, didn't he?
Yeah, I wish I'm like
Pakistani boy, by the way, he's Pakistani.
Yeah.
Not that I care.
Great in season 2 and 3.
Yeah. He was season 3. Season 3, I think.
Yeah, he should have been like the later half of season 2.
Oh, did he? I have to go back.
In like the last 2 episodes, which were really cool that he showed up in.
Bye guys. Me and my brother and my dad to see in No Way Home final trailer.
Is that now? Oh no, that's not. That's in like 3 hours.
I'm gonna give you guys time to dissect that.
Thank you.
Ray Nadeem, yeah, Agent Nadeem, yeah.
Oh my God,
Carlos. That one, Carlos, yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
But yeah.
Yeah, because here's the thing. I love Marvel, but they do have a formula. And what I loved about Daredevil and the first season of Jessica Jones and the 2 seasons of Luke Cage was it didn't follow that formula. Even freaking, what was the show with the guy, Iron Fist? As bad as it was, at least it wasn't typical. At least they were trying to do something interesting. You know, the stakes felt real. You know, the first season of Jessica Jones, they're dealing with assault of a certain type, which I cannot say, yeah, we're already demonetized, but you know, like real stuff. Daredevil, I mean, the scene in the church where the dude gets killed, you're like, you know,
just like it's like
Carl should make me feel bad.
I can't wait to see Vincent D'Onofrio back as Kingpin and Hawkeye.
Oh, do you think so? He'll be in Hawkeye? I know there were rumors. But he's got to be scary. This dude would make is Thanos scary, like Thanos Infinity War scary. But just guys, if you haven't seen the Daredevil show, like for the first time you see him, he's like very quiet. He's nervous to talk to a girl, and the next scene he just takes a dude's head with his SUV door and just keeps banging it.
Oh my god!
Until like the freaking, and then this dude keeps the freaking Punisher up. You're like, oh my god, his acting, his monologues,
just his turn.
Yeah,
turning William Poindexter.
Oh yeah, The way he's so manipulative. Again, that takes really good writing. I'm not saying the MCU can't do that. I'm just saying they don't want to do that because they're afraid of that. You're not going to see it. Maybe the Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier had a lot of good writing where they're dealing with political issues. Like, you know what? You can't build a new house and shit. Like Robert Redford's character is actually pretty scary. And if you actually pay attention to what he's saying about rebuilding the world. And I'd like more writing like that. And Marvel has a tendency to either make one good villain or they make him into a good guy like they did with Loki. But at this moment, we're going to be joined by our creator, Pop Culture Corner, my lord, my liege, Tyler Roberts.
What's up?
Hey. I gotta change. I gotta forget. There we go. Thank you, Caden.
Reporting for duty.
Reporting for duty, yeah. We were talking about the Daredevil rumors, and I was talking about we've all seen Daredevil, how incredibly well written it was, and I'm kind of worried that Marvel will make it more like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and WandaVision, and less like the Netflix show, which was pretty brutal, and that's what made Daredevil's story so interesting because he's clearly outmatched by someone who's bigger, stronger, more powerful, more richer, and he's he no matter what he does, he can't really beat the Kingpin. He just finds out a new way. They send him to jail. He becomes the Kingpin of jail. He tricks the FBI, blackmails them, and Daredevil's just losing his hair. I can't stop this guy. The David versus Goliath type thing,
Yeah, and from what I hear, the casting grid was 6 months to 12 months old.
Okay.
So it's confusing because I don't think it's in active development. I think it's kind of RPK trolling. I think the character could show up in other projects in a multiverse a way, like a variant. It's not going to be the Netflix Daredevil. They don't want to confuse anyone by anything, so it's definitely going to be a variant, hence why they're going the multiverse way. They've introduced variants in Loki, etc., so it's not going to be.
Think that Charlie Cox's Matt Murdock is in Spider-Man's MCU verse? You think he's going to be in one of the multiverses?
I think if we do no. I think I don't know how they'll play it like that. I don't know if it will be a Charlie, a Matt Murdock that already lives in the MCU, or someone that comes along through the multiverse. But I know for a fact it's not the Netflix version. And from what I've heard, there's no Daredevil series in active development right now.
Okay,
so that's for. But again, from either side that you're looking at, take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Right? So,
which is a shame because now they own Hulu, they own FX. You could easily just do the gritty Daredevil and the gritty Punisher on FX. It's its own thing, just like FX did that X-Men show. I forgot what it was called. It wasn't the X-Men, but it was a mutant show.
There's The Gifted. There was
The Gifted. Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Yeah. There was
one where there was a guy who's
Gifted was pretty good.
Xavier's son.
That was Legion.
Legion. That was the one.
Legion was good. Legion was really good.
It doesn't have to be like MCU. It can be its own thing. And honestly, the way I look at it, remember when the Marvel Netflix shows were created before they had their falling out, this was supposed to be in the MCU.
Yeah, they directly reference.
They
directly reference the Battle of New York. In various formats too. Right in season 1 of Daredevil, you see the paper, and it's the Battle of New York, and it's in a frame on the journalist's wall.
Yeah.
And then as the seasons went on, they decide Kevin Feige didn't like it. He didn't like that he wasn't in charge of it. And Jeff Loeb was, and they went a different route. And we know that there was so much confusion with the Marvel TV shows. Even Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. got kind of back-ended with that kind of stuff. So,
which is stupid because there's absolutely no reason. Nothing happens in the Daredevil show that conflicts. In fact, I think it's Iron Fist season 2. They go to Sokovia. They mention Sokovia. You're like, okay, this could easily be happening in the background. But here's the problem. Why I don't think they want to bring this, as you said, maybe not bringing the Netflix Daredevil, is because when they bring him in, kids will be like, "Hey, mommy, let's watch the Daredevil show." Sure, sweetie, it's a Marvel thing. And all of a sudden they see like Wilson Fisk like
slamming the guy's head in the door.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what a rough scene.
Let's watch Jessica Jones, and all of a sudden she's riding Luke Cage so hard the bed breaks. Like, mommy, what is this? Oh no.
Jessica Jones rode like everybody. She just didn't care. She didn't care at all.
Or even like Luke Cage. Well, team Mahershala Ali, he was in that, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, yep.
Iron Fist is the one I think I was kind of curious to see where they were going with that.
I liked Iron Fist. I know a lot of people didn't.
I didn't mind it.
I liked the way it ended and
Colleen Wing.
Yeah, I liked it.
There's some talented people in that show that I think just the only thing I think people said kind of screwed things up was in Luke Cage season 1. They mentioned that Obama was president a bunch of times, whereas in Iron Man 3, there's a different president.
It's a white guy.
Yeah, whereas in the world of Luke Cage, Obama was president.
Right.
But in like the MCU, it was like a fictional president. So
they definitely leaned into the black president thing, which I mean, it's only natural.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to ignore, especially about a show about race. That hey, there's an African American president. The martial arts are lacking. I would say most of the time with MCU movies, the martial arts aren't necessarily. They're good fight scenes, but they're not like martial art fight scenes.
Like Iron Fist.
Yeah, or even general MCU. Like good martial arts, like when I think of like what Jackie Chan did in his earlier films, or like a good Bruce Lee, or even Jet Li, like it's heightened. They film it in a way where like it's a pleasure to watch them fight.
Shang-Chi
Ben said, Jack, joking apart, you're starting to develop shoulders and guns. Yeah, I'm working on it. A lot of hard work. I hate cardio. Got to look my best for the show. Dude, you should see my go back and like watch like the first episode where I did the skits with Kevin, and like my shirt's barely fitting me. I'm like squeezing into it. I'm like, Kevin, get in here.
I actually use that so when you set up like a live show, you can. I sent it to you guys actually. So when you set up a live show, you can like put a trailer, and I use that the one where you guys are naming the show, and he's like jizzing with Jack, or dude, dying laughing over it. Oh my God, so funny. But but so what do you think about this little trailer thing? So I think it's a little bit over the top.
Yeah.
To hold I mean, Dune did it as well. I don't know if anyone remembers this, but Dune did a 5-minute extended trailer, like watch, and people were pissed because they thought they were seeing the movie early. This one, the Spider-Man one, it's very clear that it's just a trailer.
Yeah.
But think about, people are going to be standing in line for 2 hours to get in, and then 3 minutes later, they're on their way out. And just to like, I hate to break anyone's heart, but Toby and Andrew will not be in this trailer.
Yeah.
100% not in it. I would say if there's any surprise, it's first showing of Green Goblin. And if we're lucky, they might, and if he's in it, Charlie Cox maybe. If it's true. Again, take with it.
But I feel like general audience would be like, who, like we Marvel fans be like, oh, Daredevil, and everyone else is gonna be like, who?
Exactly, but that's why I think cool. That's why I think they why I think they might show it.
Do you remember how big Iron Man 3 was after the Avengers? Because after the Avengers, it was almost like an 8-9 month. So Avengers came out May 2012. Iron Man came out a year later, and even though the movie got mixed reviews, it made like $1 billion plus because people were so excited to see these characters again. Right. And post Endgame, the Spider-Man movie, I felt like came out so quickly. What was it? Far From Home. It's just like, boom, it just came out right after that. And since then, we've had basically new characters or dead characters. So we've had Eternal, Shang-Chi, and Black Widow. And I think fans kind of really want to get into a post kind of phase 3 world.
Yeah, they want to see what's really going on. Like, where are we headed and why? Right? Mm-hmm. Like, it's like we've barely scratched the surface on what's post Infinity Saga.
Yeah.
And that's very like it's as Marvel fans, we're used to like I don't know. We're used to like a pretty fast paced kind of slate where we're moving forward all the time. It's never backward. And all of a sudden, we after the Thanos and Infinity Saga, it's like we're almost like halted at one place.
Yeah.
And we're just recycling characters and going backwards.
Exactly. I know you've told me what you thought of Eternals. I said this at the beginning of the show. I went to the movies twice since it came out, and I consciously chose not to go see it. That doesn't mean I won't see it at all. Maybe I'll see it Thanksgiving weekend, but like I just don't feel and I give this example. I feel like it's my parents telling me I go to a church. Like, you have to go see it. I'm like, do I have to? And Austin was actually pretty gracious in the way he described it, because I know he wasn't a huge fan of it. He said his friends weren't a huge fan of it. That, okay, it's not as bad as Rotten Tomatoes says it is, but it's also not great either. And I got very Black Widow kind of vibes, because I liked Shang-Chi or Shang-Chi. I can't just say Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi.
Or just say it. Who cares?
Yeah. I don't say Shanghai. I say Shanghai.
I mean, I said the remotely like kind of like same thing. Is it wasn't as bad as what Rotten Tomatoes said. It definitely needs some work. And I think I have an idea on where the brand is going to go, like where the franchise is going to go next. And I think that's the problem with the current Marvel slate is it's always what's going to be promised next. Like, don't worry, this movie might have sucked, but don't like where we go next. You're really going to love it. And it's just like, well, what about loving it now? Like, why can't I? Like, I
think these movies need more TLC. They need a little more attention paid to it, and I think you can't do that if you're rushing out a movie every 2 years. Chris Nolan, once said that he had plenty of time to make his trilogy. He waited 4 years between The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. He took his time, and I'm not a big fan of the third film, but you can tell that film had attention paid to it. And I feel like this movie, the hype for Spider-Man seems to be more about Tobey and Andrew.
Yeah, and that's
than it does about the actual story, which means that if Tobey and Andrew weren't in this, would the hype be that big? It almost feels like, hey, you want a cameo? It's sort of like Rise of Skywalker. Here's Lando Calrissian. Remember him? We got him back. Oh, here's Palpatine again. It's more that they're teasing the cameos or building up the cameos rather than the story itself. And I hope that it is a good story. I think it will be. I thought the first two movies were decent, but we haven't seen this Spider-Man with his back up against the wall as we did in the Raimi films. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He kind of had his back up against the wall in the second one, but there's Nick Fury there to help him. I'm talking about Spider-Man 1 and 2 when it's just him and the whole city's about to get destroyed.
That's my problem with this whole Andrew and Tobey thing, because I'm still not sold that they're in it. I'm still one of. I really do think I'm one of the last holdouts that is kind of in the mindset that this has all been one giant troll that Marvel never stopped from happening. They put it out there. Who just did that?
What?
Who just flashed Campia? Because I have a better one.
Oh, that was probably Caden, not me.
I have a better one than that, and you should be using it. I'll bring it up now. Don't tell me I deleted it the other day.
Is that what he shared? I didn't even see it. I know he shared something. I was they try to avoid it.
I made okay, we're gonna have to switch brands here real quick.
Okay, yeah.
But
guy.
No, not that. I made this.
No,
This is what I made. I didn't have good laser eyes, but I made this one because that's what I think of John.
So basically, someone sent him a photo and then he watermarked it, right?
Yes.
So okay, so hypothetically, if someone contacted us and it was like, look, we have set photos from, let's say, the Batman, right? And we shared it, I would understand, and we're the ones who got it. I'd put the little Pop Culture Corner logo on there so people know it's ours.
Oh, so clearly, did you not watch the video I made on it?
No, I didn't.
No? All right.
I have been playing Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy.
Well, this is what I said.
All weekend.
This is what I said.
I was in bed with my controller for 2 days.
I can only imagine. That's a big deal for a lot of people. What I said was, if someone emailed me that picture, first off, I would have done my due diligence before sharing it. Because you're supposed to verify it at least twice, right? You're supposed to get journalists, news companies, they will not run a story until they can verify it twice or
that's how they're
debunk it
supposed to
twice.
do it.
That's how they're supposed to do it, right? Not saying that I could even verify it twice.
Yeah.
I would put the word out and then, but even if I shared it as someone who's not as big as John Campea, I would probably get some slack. First off, I don't have a relationship with Marvel Studios as it is, right? I do things for people that do, and I am fortunate enough to like be able to get some cool stuff, but I'm not a guy like John Campea who has paved the way for movie talk shows like this. Should have known better. Someone should have talked to him and been like, this is not a good idea.
Yeah.
We're going to and then on his stream, he was like, premieres aren't the biggest thing. They're not important. As he reads like
as he tweeted
7 super chats, you know, like.
Or as he tweeted out like a month ago, where he was like, if you spoil something from the premiere, you should be fined $1 million.
Yeah.
And now he's saying that premieres don't matter.
Because he knows he's not getting invited.
Yeah. And also, what's other thing is like, if he thought these images were fake in Photoshop, by putting his watermark on it, he's plagiarizing.
Yeah, there's no way he paints a good picture, even if he was like, "Oh, I watermarked it," because
exactly.
Like, no matter what.
Oh, I think he was doing it for selfish reasons, but I was thinking to myself, like, if we did that, I would probably, like, hypothetically.
But we wouldn't have watermarked it.
Yeah, if you watermark it, then you're technically taking ownership of that.
Oh, I thought he just put his logo on there or something.
That's what watermarking is.
Watermarking? Yeah, it's like it's a little pop culture corner logo. So when people
Did you see the picture? Look.
He put
see what he
watermark literally right.
That's called a watermark, right? Therefore, he's taking ownership of the picture. As if he took the picture.
And also the other thing was
sorry. I heard like it sounded like a razor, like if someone shaving.
Oh no. A gardener.
Gardener. Kane's a rich man. He lives in LA. He has a gardener.
Right.
By the way,
the ball for
Austin went. Now you know.
What?
Oh God.
Austin is his gardener. That's the joke I was making.
Oh, that's hilarious.
But the funny thing is, he says, "Look at Tobey Maguire's dick. That looks fake." What?
It just looks like a bulge.
The reason why he said to do it is also because his logo's right there. FYI, that's one of the only reasons.
If this picture is fake, real. If it is, I gotta say the other two actually look better in the suit than Tom does.
I also want to know why there's a pair of headphones hanging.
Where?
In front of Andrew. It looks like there's a pair of headphones hanging on that thing.
Could that be a reference to the Miles Morales game?
Because that's the same. Oh my God, this gardener. That's the same photo of the Andrew photo that we have like since like forever.
Yeah.
This is the same.
It's on that same same thing. Yeah.
And what's funny is that he defends that this one's fake, but doesn't even defend this one at all.
If I was gonna say one of them was real, I would say that one you just showed is the real one. Because
out of all of them, this looks the realest. But at the same time, this also looked like we have evidence to back up this is real. But if we didn't have that photo of Andrew, and like there was something, I would also kind of be like somewhat skeptical of this. But since we have that photo, I'm like, okay, this is 99% real.
Yeah.
There's like a 1% chance this is fake.
Okay.
I still don't. I'm still sticking to my guns. I have to at this point.
Like at first, I was thinking like maybe he's going through the multiverse and he sees like a clip of Amazing Spider-Man 2. Like, wait, what's that? And that's what I was thinking.
Right.
But he also uploaded this.
Aren't there ways for for people? I mean, not maybe the average Joe, but aren't there ways for?
I can't hear anything.
There we go. Gabe's muted. Aren't there ways to detect whether a photo is? I mean, there's software that can detect if a photo's been manipulated, isn't there? Like, I don't know if
there is.
Yeah, there's 100%.
There's like
100%.
There's people that put these images through many search engines for images.
Like they reverse search it.
There's
okay.
Reverse search it, and only one person was able to find. But
Ty, we should take these photos and just put the Pop Culture Corner logo over the John Campea logo.
This is the photo
Who
from the
put
Flash
Batman
movie.
in there?
This is a photo from the Flash movie, guys. Both, and as you can see, Andrew Garfield is wearing Tobey Maguire's. Tom is wearing Raimi, and Toby's wearing Tom's.
Yeah,
So,
I can see.
there you go. And
dude, were you watching earlier, Ty, when I said they should have just Ben Affleck's Daredevil show up anyway? And then also was like, what about J-Lo as
Elektra?
Elektra. I'm like, oh, yes, do that.
Yep.
Just to mess with the fans.
Right.
And play
it's actually not Charlie Cox. It's been Ben the whole time.
Ben Affleck the whole time. Dude, like, I can say something on the outside. I'm excited for the Batman, but I miss Ben Affleck's Batman. I know he's going to be in The Flash, but I don't know how much he's going to be in there. But I really want to see him. I really think
I miss Ben Affleck as well.
He got the shaft.
I'm holding out faith. I'm holding out faith that regardless of the Snyderverse, right? Like if it never gets restored, which is a possibility, definitely up there. I would say it's more than 50% that it never happens, right?
It's 65%.
Right. Somewhere right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Definitely like 65. That's actually perfect. Yeah. If it never happens, I still have faith that the characters will live on and that will encompass because Zach was always being brought in to build a foundation for the DCEU to splinter out, right? Like if you look at the Tree of Life from Thor, that's how it was he was the trunk.
Just going to do the 5 movies, and then under those 5 movies we're going to be 10 movies, and under those 10 movies we're going to be 15 other movies. So it's it was going to build a unit. He was just going to do the 5 main big movies, while there's other 10 big movies under him, and then a couple other mini movies and series under that. So it wasn't going to be Zach controlling everything and everything. Also, he was going to. There was 2 or 3 possible endings he was going to do, which was a possible Flashpoint or a possible where.
He cast what's his name, Negan. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, specifically so that he would be used as a Flashpoint Thomas Wayne Batman,
which honestly would not have made sense in the DCEU. Point blank, Jeffrey Dean Morgan would never be Flashpoint Batman, because the only reason why Flashpoint Batman existed is because Barry Allen and Bruce Wayne were the same age. But there's a 20-year difference between the DCU Bruce Wayne and the Barry Allen.
True, yeah.
So if the Flashpoint Batman in the DCU would be Ben Affleck. Okay,
all right. I still think. Look, and I said this before. There's nothing.
Whoa, whoa. It still wouldn't make a difference though.
But
you're saying but he runs back in time. What changes is that Bruce gets killed.
Yeah.
And his parents. Why would that make any difference?
Because the night that Nora Allen dies is the same night that the Waynes dies.
Yeah, but in the Flashpoint, doesn't Bruce die? Bruce and Martha die.
Yeah, Bruce dies and Martha becomes the Joker.
Yeah. That happens on the same night Nora dies?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why it changed.
Wait,
they could run right past that and no one would blink an eye.
Yeah. I mean, they could be like, oh, I always got the distinct impression that Batman's older than the Flash. Even in the regular comics, Barry Allen's early mid-20s, Batman's 34. Batman, post.
Damn, Benson's really took a turn here.
Yeah, what's he saying?
He used to hate this girl.
What the heck? Me and Saggy have an internet feud, as Austin has.
What should we talk about is Saggy's Instagram video today and how hot she looks. Uh-oh.
Hey, listen, I'd rather him be saying that.
Wait, hold on. Leonardo, is that you?
Oh, my God.
Did Leonardo take over?
Or were they both the same person the entire time?
Right. Yikes. Oh, you know who I'm having on this Friday? That kid from Forced Adversity.
Dane.
Yeah, that did the.
Dane's awesome.
Yeah, that did the debate with Lyndon from Geeks and Gamers. So he's going to be joining us. I was on the
stream with him on Jarbo on Monday.
Yeah, seems like a nice guy, and
he's super cool.
Yeah, so he's going to be joining me Friday, so that'll be fun. And then I'm going to be getting to check out Hawkeye this week.
Oh yeah, you and Caden are going to see Hawkeye.
Yeah, I'm excited because I'm excited for
Hawkeye.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it. It got pushed back a little bit. I mean, that's okay. I don't really mind as long as I get to watch it early.
What are you guys doing for Thanksgiving?
For my Thanksgiving, for my mom, we do it on Tuesday, like as like a Friendsgiving type thing, and then the normal Thanksgiving with my family on the normal day.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what we do.
I don't know what I'm doing yet. I'm gonna hang out with my sister, I think, and my brothers. First year without mom, so it's gonna be weird, but
you don't make a day out of it. You know what we do is
I'm a big Black Friday person too.
Yeah.
So I like to go out and do my Christmas shopping on Black Friday and get it all done. And I love I've always been a Black Friday person. I used to go out when you literally had to stand in line till 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Now everything opens on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and sometimes it's even they start on Monday. They're it's Black Friday week.
It's like gray
honestly,
Thursday.
I hate the violence that happens when they open at midnight and people storm and step over each other. People are disgusting. Like literally, people die on Black Friday to buy a TV for $20 cheap. I'm like, come on.
Oh my god,
dude! People do it for. People literally trample people at concerts now.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy.
It's just people are insane these days. They would literally kill anyone for anything.
Which is disgusting. But so what we do is we're gonna baste the turkey and marinate it for like 2 days, and then I wake up and we make some mimosas with the cheapest dollar store champagne you can find.
It's the best.
Cheapest orange juice. I'm talking about the one in the can that you mix with water and just make mimosas while we're cooking. Yeah, and and then usually watch movies all day or something. But we usually eat dinner earlier because we're so hungry. Like, why don't we just eat at 2:00? We'll make it Thanksgiving lunch and then eat again later. But everyone always asks, like, oh, you're Pakistani. Do you do Pakistani food? I said, no, we eat that stuff all the time. The most American dinner in my house is Thanksgiving dinner. We're gonna have mashed potatoes, gravy, turkey, mac and cheese, potato salad. So, you bought an 80. You know what? The TV I have, I bought on Black Friday on Amazon. I got way cheaper than it would have normally have been, but yeah. So, Ty, did you watch the animated series for the X-Men?
The original?
Yeah, the 90s one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you excited it's coming back? Because I was telling the guys, like, I remember the first episode in 1993, Saturday morning on Fox, like watching that.
Mm-hmm.
A long time ago, but that was like one of my earliest memories, and I'm kind of excited about that.
No. I'm definitely intrigued. I've been hearing some things about the writer for the show that don't sit well.
See, that's what I was worried about.
Yeah. So
is this something you can share, or
it's pretty racist? It's pretty racist. But
really?
Yeah, just some weird stuff from the.
I don't care. I forgive him.
You forgive him, but not Ta-Nehisi Coates.
What are you doing with that boy, Miss Lang? Clark, stay in the car. Step out, boy.
No, I'm excited because I think that the nostalgia factor, like the fact that they're doing like the Batman animated show, it was only a matter of time till they started. And like, I think what really gets people excited about Disney Plus and Marvel Studios, that show coming back, is like it's the first taste of the X-Men in being made again by Marvel Studios. Yeah. And I think that just gets people in their mind excited. Yeah. And it should.
They need a team better because a lot of people forget that the first show was Fox. I think Fox also did Batman the animated series. Like Fox got like the rights from like Warner Brothers. Those shows are pretty heavy for their time. You know, like you look back, like, yeah, this is some pretty dark stuff considering it's a kids show, but you know, that's what's so cool about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm kind of excited about that. Are you excited for Marvel, Miss Marvel, Marvel Girl?
No, I think it looks really weird. I think it looks too corny and too childish. But I've been saying, so from what we saw in the first the first footage, I've been saying that Ms. Marvel was going to be a sleeper, like it was going to be a sleeper hit. And I still think it will be. I just don't think it's going to be for me.
Yeah.
Like I'm more interested in She-Hulk and Moon Knight. Moon Knight, by the way, looks so good. So good.
Yeah.
And it looks so mature. It's going to tackle some issues that we've never seen before. Multiple personality, like real drug addiction, not just Tony Stark's alcoholism, but like
well, they could have handled that better.
Ketamine addiction.
The guy got an addiction and handled it in like a week. He's like, I'm fine now.
Right. So it's going to be, and I think the casting for Moon Knight was just so spot on, and I'm really excited.
Like is in everything. He's going to play. I don't know if you ever played Metal Gear Solid, but he's going to play Snake in that.
Yep.
He's sort of like becoming like the white Idris Elba. Like let's just cast him in everything. I mean, he's a good actor though, but like he's sort of like, hey, let's put him in everything. I hope he doesn't overstretch it. But
what did you think about the She-Hulk thing though? I think she looks kind of small.
Yeah, I think they want her to still look kind of normal.
Yeah, she looks. Normal is not the word that I would use for She-Hulk.
No, but like
ever.
Like, let me see. Let's see if I can pull up a photo. Yeah, she looks like a fit woman rather than like big like the Hulk CGI baby.
Yeah, but like even her legs, like there was no tone to it. Like She-Hulk is not a skinny green thing. She is a buff 8-foot lawyer. And like even Tatiana Maslany's like she's only like 5'4".
Yeah.
When she changes into like an 8-foot tall thing.
A lot of people said the same thing with remember when Gal Gadot was cast, she had the height, but she wasn't ripped.
Yeah.
Like she's in good shape, way better shape than I'm in or ever will be. But like she didn't have like I'm going to use an example and people are immediately going to like sneer at it, but not female bodybuilders, but fitness models, kind of the way they look.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're skinny, but they're ripped. Like they do lift weights and they look good. I'm not talking about female bodybuilders that have bodies that look similar to guys, but like to get your body like that. Let's see if I can give you an example. To give you an example, but like really ripped, strong arms. They're not big, but like I just pulled up a photo. I'm gonna show you what I mean. Where you can still be skinny and attractive, but also here we go. Something like that. Like she doesn't look like a guy, but like she's got like really tight arms, really strong legs.
Yeah, that bottom left like one I would take all day.
Woo-hoo. Her right here?
No, bottom left.
Bottom left, right there.
Oh yeah, I'll take that.
Well, she looks more normal. I'm talking about like something like even maybe this is going too far, but like even like like these types of bodies, especially for women, is hard. Like you have to literally like work on it for months. Like it's not something you can do in like 6 months. You have to like hit the gym 2 to 3 hours a day to get like that type of physique. But like I'm not saying like I need Gal Gadot to look like that, but it would definitely help. Like Linda Hamilton's arms in Terminator 2, like she's got like these ripped shoulders,
Yes. But and I'm not asking for Tatiana to look that way.
Yeah.
I'm asking for the CGI version to have a little bit more tone, muscle tone. Maybe. Yeah. Bring up the picture of She-Hulk. Like bring up that little thing of She-Hulk and you'll see what I'm saying. Like she looks like she's just like a runner, like a green runner. Like she got like a little bit of muscle in her leg, but they're very like skinny and like she just looks like she's a green female.
Do you think that maybe they're afraid of like saying like, we want you to get like rip shape and like don't objectify me as a woman or
not that one.
That's not what is this it right here?
Like look at her arms, for instance.
Yeah.
Like there's no muscle tone to them. They're just green. But then pull up that the picture, right? Go below. Not that. That's ridiculous. But like, look at here. That's what she's like. You know what I mean? Like she's toned. She looks like she gets it.
Yeah.
But and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Oh, there's the legs right there.
Yeah.
You see it? No.
Yeah.
Go down. Next to the blue one that you were originally going to put up.
Next to the blue one right here.
Look at her legs.
Yeah.
What is that? There's nothing. She just looks like a green runner. Like there's no actual muscle to it. And like She-Hulk's
Do you
not
think
huge,
she could
but
get
she's not
bigger? Like maybe she starts off like that, and then eventually, like towards the end, they do the CGI.
Potentially. Yeah.
I need the Hulk melons too. Like they can't like
right.
skimp out on that.
Like like
dude, I miss the way comics were drawn in the '90s. They made everything so woke. But do you remember, like, if you look at Captain Marvel, what she used to look like? Like now she just looks like like Brie Larson, but like Captain Marvel comics, like they would never like. This is what she looks like now, right? Like she's about to lecture you about recycling or some shit. Like she's about to tell you about like why the pipeline is bad for indigenous people, but like
that's hilarious. Type in comics 90s, like 90s comics.
Yeah, but like
because I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about, though, like the way they used to draw women, like even Jean Grey, like this is Miss Marvel, but like all right, you know what? I'm just gonna do this Captain Marvel.
They just took all of them down because they didn't want.
Yeah, they don't want people,
They don't want people finding it.
Yeah, like this. Boom.
Yeah.
I mean, they won't.
Woo. Yeah, and like that's how all women in comics looked. Like it wasn't just you were never just.
I don't even know who that is, but I'm down.
You were never like a normal female. You were always like this busty, very attractive, but also like let's not get it twisted. The guys were the same exact way.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like it was
I
never
felt like when I was a kid. This is the '90s animated show. Look at her.
Right.
That's Jean Grey. I mean.
And do you think that's an issue? I don't, because I think it's something for us. Like, what are superheroes to us? Right? They're like
hyper-realized people, and they're going to be hypersexualized. The same thing with Batman. I don't want a fat Batman.
Nobody does. That's ridiculous. Why would you ever want a fat Batman?
I want him to be Ben Affleck. I want him to be 6'3", 8 packs with a 6-pack on his 8-pack. It has nothing to do with being, homoerotic. Like that's just how you want your superheroes to look. I'll be honest with you. The first time I saw Captain America in 2011, I'm like, oh, he's in good shape, but he's not in Captain America good shape. But Chris Evans is so good though in that role. But like
by Winter Soldier, he looked like Captain America.
He was But like Thor, that dude has got to put a lot of hours to get your arms that big. If you look at Chris Hemsworth prior to that, he was in good shape. He was just a skinny, 20-something-year-old. But to get your arms that big,
he definitely had
a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of dieting. And again, people are saying, "Oh, you're sexualizing them," and I'm like, "Yeah, so what? I'm okay with that." You know, people are going to buy comics just because of the looks. They're going to buy Catwoman in the '90s. God damn.
Yeah, and here's another thing: is like, for instance, right? When I think of my superheroes, or oh my lord, my comic book characters, right? They're like ideals to strive towards. Their physique to strive towards. Like it's something that like I want to be. I don't want to be a 5'7", 360-pound Batman. No, I want to be
this. I don't get this. Like right here, this was an actual comic.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, that's an actual cover of comic. They made her thick, and I'm like, what? That's they made her with a more realistic body.
Okay.
Meanwhile, this is an actual human being. I mean,
right.
Like
that's not a fake person. That's a real person.
Fake person. That's a real person. But like, if you draw like a Wonder Woman, how she used to look, just ripped as hell. Even in the Justice League series, I mean, like right there.
Yeah, that's the first one.
She's got toned shoulders there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's some sculpting. It's right here. Like it takes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, it's the same thing, and like I will say the same thing about Ben Affleck. Like right here, like I need that, look at that.
It's an ideal to strive towards.
So when you watch that warehouse scene, you're not like, how can one man do that? You're like, oh yeah, this dude is crazy. Or even like Superman, like they look, look how hard they work on their bodies. Look at The Rock. I mean, I love how The Rock was like, yeah, I need to get in shape for Black Adam.
Dude, even look at Cyborg.
Yeah, look at Cyborg. I mean, look how
he didn't even have to do that because he has no fucking body.
Yeah, and so it goes both ways. These are the Marvel guys. Like, look how hard they were. Oh, it's not Spixlay, but Christian Bale probably had the weakest one, but like
definitely
look how
the weakest. Yeah,
and I don't think there's
Wolverine does that. Is like that doesn't even seem human, but it is.
You have to take a lot of diuretics. Like he probably has he has to probably drink a lot of coffee to like get rid of all the water weight.
Right.
But like I don't think it's sexist.
Do you think he's juicing? He's
at that age, yeah. Even Ben Affleck, because Affleck was 42, 43. Like naturally.
That's another thing about like Kumail Nanjiani, right? He got really like offended or very shy about talking about how his regimen. Listen, we're all human. You're not playing professional football. You can take those kind of things to get yourself to look that way. Like, I don't care. We're not kidding anyone here. I am a firm believer that The Rock takes juice.
Oh, yeah. I think he has. He was losing his hair. I don't know if you remember, he had a forehead bigger than mine, back in the day when he was wrestling.
Yeah.
And he was losing his hair because that high amounts of testosterone cause you to lose hair. But see, Affleck and all, they do it for one role and then they stop. That's why Affleck will be ripped and then a few months later he'll be back to, kind of being out of shape. People make fun of it.
He'll be back to that in that picture.
Yeah.
Where he's eating popcorn or whatever it is.
Yeah, exactly. I wish this picture was not pixelated, but
and see
someone
Tom
putting
Hardy,
his head on the Rock's body, but
I was like, that's not Ben.
Yeah. But that's what he looks like normally, but The Rock, he's
still a big guy.
Yeah, he's putting 3 hours in the gym. And when you hit a certain age, I know people don't believe this, but when you hit a certain age, even in my 30s working out, it's harder than it was 10 years ago to lose weight. I would go to the gym, run a little bit, and then eat a whole pie of pizza and I'd be fine. Now you eat a couple of French fries and it hits you. So they have to take, obviously, look, they're always in decent shape to begin with, but to get this ripped in a couple of months, you're like, oh, we're going to start shooting in 5 months. Ben Affleck, you have to look like this. You have to take something. You got to take a lot of diuretics. And this was him in that movie. What was this movie called? The one that you don't like, The Town.
Oh yeah, I don't like The Town.
So over here, he's skinny ripped, but then you got to pack on muscle. You got to eat a lot of food, every day. I've heard of some bodybuilders that wake up at 3 a.m, have a snack, and then go back to bed. They have to keep their
the calorie intake, all that stuff. When people say, it's a problem
with women, no, it's the same thing with men. You especially with comic books, I don't know who the girl is that plays Miss Marvel. She looks like a child. Is she supposed to be a child?
She's supposed to be a young. She's supposed to be like a sophomore, I think, or something like that.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, she's
okay. So let's even go to the other high schooler, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man. The first time you see Toby without a shirt, now obviously he was in his 20s, but he's playing like a 17-year-old. He was ripped. It was damn, Tobey Maguire. Because before that, we'd never seen Toby get in shape. But he's got an 8-pack, and he's flexing the mirror. And Aunt May's like, Peter, are you fine? I'm good. There is Zack Snyder gets this. There is pleasure in looking at buff bodies in tights and leotards for whatever reason. But no one wants to see, Jack Black as Spider-Man. And I like that.
There's a time and place for everything, right? Look over at Jumanji. Mm-hmm. Jack Black fits the role that he was in, right?
Yeah.
And we love that role. Yeah. But if you're casting Peter Parker or Batman, you are not going to be like, hey, Jack, can you audition? It's just that's just the way Hollywood is. And Zach, you're right. Zach knows exactly what we want to see on screen with our superheroes or our
when 300 came out, I remember women swooning. They were like, "Oh my God, they're objectifying these men." They're like, Gerard Butler, you know.
But then they don't care when 50 Shades of Grey comes out and it's soft porn.
Yeah.
It's like,
but I don't even think most women care. I think it's just the ones that look like Captain Marvel does. Now, those ones are the ones making it. I think actual women, honest to God, women do not give a crap about this.
When has Hollywood ever made us feel like we look good? No, it's they are movie stars. We've always known that they're movie stars
even
for
look
a reason.
At the Grand Theft Auto, they always have a chick at the front. It's sex appeal.
What is the middle one?
She's from the older games, but she's wearing a outfit. You can't tell. Okay. But the idea was like sex appeal. Like the girl has like a, she's got one girl on the right has a tattoo on her right breast. Sex appeal is a part of life. It's not a bad thing. And I feel like we're going so woke that we're kind of becoming like Puritans, like cover up your ankle, woman. Like, and then guys who are thinking like they're going to get some, like, yeah, we're all for like women covering up. I'm like, dude, I left Pakistan. That's what they do over there. Already auditioned for Star-Lord. Yeah, but
he was already no. Because he had made the commitment while he was doing Parks and Rec, and you can see his transformation starting then. He knew he wanted that role, and he started work because you could tell that Chris Pratt had the genes. Because like, I'm not gonna ever look like The Rock, right? I don't have the genes for it. Chris Pratt had the mass to get the way he needed to look. That's why Marvel, like, once he got the role, they knew who they wanted. Yeah. And Chris Pratt fit the bill for Star-Lord's, like,
and he stayed like that. Like, I was like, now that he's done with the movie, is he gonna go back? No, he's stuck with it. Like, he's stuck with the body. I appreciate it.
But I see what you're saying. Like, he definitely was thicker when he was like getting cast for Star-Lord, but they knew that they could hire a trainer for him, and he would be able to get.
He's very tall. Like, right off the bat, he's tall. Like, he's well over 6 foot. So, all you have to do is get him to trim the fat, and he did the role, and now he's a huge.
And
star.
The way he looked when they get him in the jail, like
the orange stuff,
yeah, like you were like, this is not the same guy from Parks.
Like, I don't even think of heavy Chris Pratt anymore. Like, up until like that movie, I would think of Chris Pratt in Parks and Rec with the big gut and everything. Not anymore. When I think of Chris Pratt, I think of that scene where he's like standing there and they're like they're delousing him. I think that's what they call it in jail. Like, they're delousing him. He's like, he's Dude, and then people got upset about the line in Infinity War where he's like,
but real quick, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I think that gave a lot of hope to people that are thicker too, though.
Yeah.
Is the way Chris Pratt transformed, like, that gotta give people hope, because Chris Pratt was out of shape. Like, there's an episode of Parks and Rec where him, Chris Traeger, and Tom Haverford are training. And like that, you could tell that some of that shit wasn't a joke. That was like that was straight improvised in the way that like Chris was really having a hard time keeping up. And that's, they worked that into Parks and Rec because they knew that what he was doing with Marvel. And I thought it was really cool to see like that Chris transform.
Yeah. And like, even if you take non-action roles, almost every actor, take any sitcom, all the actors are trim. They may not be ripped, but they're trim. You'll never see like even a skinny guy with a gut. Like, they have flat stomachs because they know that doesn't look good on camera. Even if you have a little bit of a pouch, it shows underneath your shirt. So I appreciate that. I say that, look, if they can do it, why can't I? Why am I not making that commitment? And but like, if it makes you feel insecure about yourself, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, about 8 months ago, my friend came over. He just had a newborn baby. He came for dinner. My mom, like, afterwards said, like, you look like you could be their father, because they're both lean and I was kind of husky. She's like, you need to lose weight. Now, that's not fat shaming. That's giving good advice, because otherwise I thought I was fine. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine, even though my shirt was ripped.
Yeah, it's healthy to be fit.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not healthy to be overweight. Like Joe Rogan says it all the time, and I really hate to go down this path, but guys, like the body shaming thing, I get it. Like, we shouldn't point out people's flaws.
Yeah.
But we could always, hey, by the way, like, these things are good for you, and being healthy is good. Yeah. Like, it's not a bad thing. And that's why the PC culture these days, like, oh, you can't say anything to anyone. It's like, well, I'm actually giving them advice. Like, I'm not saying like, you're disgusting, you disgust me. No, it's like, hey, these things are good to eat for you, and like, they're going to make you feel better, and overall your health is going to be better.
Yeah.
Like, that's a good thing.
And again, with the PC crowd, it's always extremes. Like, there's a difference between calling someone a pig or something like that.
Right.
Or versus someone saying, man, you gained a little bit of weight. Is everything all cool? Because Americans, especially, we're severely overweight as a culture. We have big portions and everything. I mean, we have a holiday coming up where we stuff food into other food.
Bring up Benson. Ready? My nan asked me if I had lost weight. I said I'm trying. She told me to keep trying.
Yeah. Benson, you said you had a halal turkey on Christmas for your ex. Was she Muslim? And if she was, why you guys celebrate Christmas? Sorry. That was like
Bananas are awesome, bro. Yeah. They just have no filter. I love it.
Now that I think of Benson, I think of Gervais.
What did you think of Red Notice? Have you watched it yet?
Oh my God, I forgot to watch that. I have not. I know the reviews are bad, but I don't care.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Like,
how is Gal as sort of an evil person? Like, we've never seen her. Yeah.
She's awesome. And
she's the most beautiful woman in the world.
I'm gonna be like really frank here.
Yeah.
Do not go into it expecting too much. Like, you need to dial it back going in, and then you'll have a good time. Because like there are moments where you're like, okay, over the top is not even the word for this, but
like Fast and the Furious, like you're not going
100%, 100%. But overall, that movie was a riot, and it was fun to watch.
Netflix, right? Huh? It's on Netflix, right?
Yeah. And she was awesome, man. Because when the news broke that she was in final talks to play the evil queen in Snow White, I was like, oh, I don't know. But after seeing her in Red Notice, I was like, yeah, I can see it. Yeah. Benson, you just don't like anything, man. Come on, let's get real. You're awesome, but you just like that's the thing.
It doesn't be like that Jive with Jack show is awful. I hate it.
Right. No, but that's the thing. Is like I can see why people didn't like it. Yeah. If they went in thinking it was going to be this like Christopher Nolan like spy thriller. Yeah. That's not what it is. It's got
The Rock in it. You're expecting cheesy, and I'm okay with that. Like I don't want to see The Rock doing Hamlet. I want to see The Rock holding a helicopter with one arm and a truck with the other arm. Like,
yeah, it's definitely like
that's what you want to see.
It's a movie for the whole family, right? Yeah. Like it's a movie you sit down with the kids and can watch, or like go on a date night or have someone over, like a date over and watch it. Like it's even good. Like I watched it on by my lonesome, and I had a bunch of laughs, but I could tell there's some moments where like the green screen, you could definitely tell it's right there. You're like, that's.
I had that issue with Dave, not Day of the Dead. What was it called? Army of the Dead. Yeah. Yeah, you can kind of tell like where the actors stop and like there's like that background and one thing I appreciate about Infinity War, they actually went in Atlanta and found like a big field to film the Wakanda stuff in, so it looked like it was a real place. He was, whereas like an Endgame, you could tell they're in front of a green screen.
Right.
But overall, last night in Soho. Did you hear about that movie?
Yeah, I've heard about it. I have no
so I had no interest until I saw it was Edgar Wright. So I don't know if you're familiar with Edgar Wright. He made Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, Scott Pilgrim versus the World, Baby Driver. Have you ever seen those movies?
Of course I have.
And I enjoy it, but like it was actually.
I think Scott Pilgrim is the most overrated movie ever, though.
So that's his one movie I haven't seen.
It's bad.
Just because everyone tells me it's so good, I'm like, I kind of like his British movies more. But this movie, it's more of a psychological thriller, but like the first half hour, 40 minutes, it's really a pleasure to watch. So this girl falls asleep and she starts living the life of this other girl. And the way they use camera to like when they're dancing to switch back and forth, I'm like, see, now that's real cinema. Like that would take time to figure out how to shoot that.
Right.
And I never got the big deal with Anya Taylor-Joy, but I was in love with her in this movie. I'm like, dude, she's awesome.
She was good in New Mutants. Like,
I haven't seen New Mutants. I saw her in Split. Then she did a movie called Witch, and I saw the first 2 episodes of Queen's Gambit, and I was done.
Yeah, that was not for me either.
And I started watching it, then I heard it wasn't a true story. I'm like, oh, they're just making this up. I thought it was like a true story about like a female chess player or something.
Right. But overall, and I just wanted to point this out. So 1.2 million U.S. households watched Jungle Cruise during its first weekend streaming. Like The Rock right now, with Red Notice and Jungle Cruise. Come on,
and he's gonna be Black Adam.
Yeah, well, I'm just talking about right now and streaming.
And Fast and Furious. I mean, like he's in all these franchises. I mean, not just right now. We haven't had a megastar in a while. And I'm talking about megastar. I'm talking about like in the 80s when you had Schwarzenegger. Like every movie was a hit. Like you only went to see it for that guy.
Right.
Or Will Smith up till like maybe 10 years ago. Like, dude, you're gonna go see it for Will Smith.
Yeah.
Like we don't really have those anymore, with the exception of maybe The Rock. Because like with The Rock, he's not going to change his performance. You want him to be The Rock. You don't want to see Schwarzenegger play a lawyer. You want to see Schwarzenegger play the defendant with a machine gun. Like, it's sort of that type of thing. You want to see him in physicality. So I'm okay with that.
Exactly.
I know I'll be entertained watching I haven't seen Jungle Cruise yet. Is that any good? Did you see it?
I haven't watched it. I was actually planning on doing it tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, I was planning on doing it tonight after, because once 8 rolls around, I'm gonna sit on a stream and wait for potential Spider-Man trailer.
Yeah, they're gonna show it in a theater, and then are they gonna release it to the public?
Nobody knows. Most people say yes, but we don't actually know. So I was just gonna say that, Caden. I can't wait to see King Richard. I from what I've heard, it might win Will his first Oscar or his first award.
Do you guys still hear me?
Yeah, you just need to turn it down a little. You're maxing out.
Yeah. I'm more excited, I guess. I'm speaking loudly.
That's quite okay.
Yeah, King Richard looks good. And then are you excited for The Matrix? Because you and I haven't talked in a while, like on air.
I mean,
I thought the trailer was phenomenal. I just hope. Whoa, almost fell back. I hope the trailer.
That would have been I would have clipped that forever. The Matrix, it seems like a cash grab. Not gonna lie, but I think with the Keanu renaissance that's happening, it was a no-brainer. It was a no-brainer, and I'm excited to see where the franchise can go in a post-Matrix world. Because if you think about it, right, the Matrix revolutionized cinema as we knew it, as sci-fi, right? So now we're living in a world post-Matrix, and we're getting a new Matrix. So I'm excited to kind of see where it goes and see if it will push some boundaries, maybe move some goals.
They cast a new actor as
Yatin Abdul or whatever his name is.
I know him for Candyman, but it's so obviously not what's his name that it's kind of distracting almost.
Yeah, and did you hear about what Yahya Abdul?
He was in Candyman.
He was Black Manta.
Oh, is that him?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I didn't know that. I've only seen Aquaman like twice.
Caden will have to confirm it, but I'm pretty sure that's Black Manta. 100%. I'm like,
oh, that is him. Shoot, I did not realize that.
He's really talented. He's really talented. But Morpheus, the original Morpheus, obviously, said that they didn't even call him. They didn't even reach out. So he is a reboot Morpheus, I believe.
That's a shame.
Well, okay.
Lawrence
Fishburne said that they never even attempted to get him to do it. So yes, that might be where the story tries to get around it, but the fact that they didn't even try to get him,
that trilogy though. Well, I think because here's the thing, Lawrence Fishburne was 39, 40. He was in really good shape. Now Lawrence Fishburne, I mean, you saw Man of Steel when he's running and the stuff is falling behind him.
Oh, it's pretty bad.
They were probably Lawrence, if you want to do this, you got to lose 50, 60 pounds. Mark Hamill did it for Last Jedi. He started working out. I mean, he didn't have to be ripped, but he did have to lose weight. So he looked good in the robes and everything. So they were probably
well, no. They didn't tell him anything. They didn't call him.
Oh, really?
No, that's what he says.
Or do you think that's pulling an Andrew Garfield, as people are accusing? He's actually in it. And
he's actually in it, but
that might not be Morpheus. It's weird they're bringing back Carrie Ann Moss, but they're not going to bring him back. It just makes no sense.
That
trailer is legit good. The movie might suck. That trailer when they use White Rabbit.
Yeah, it's a good song choice for that. For sure.
Works so good. And that I'm probably going to see Christmas week. I'm going to take my folks out to see it. But my dad cannot sit down and watch Matrix. I don't know why. He just falls asleep. I'm like,
I'm not a huge Matrix fan either.
The first one?
No, the first one's good. The second two, I'm
I've actually never finished the second or third one. I'm going to have to force myself to do that.
Yeah, they're rough.
I was halfway through the second one. I'm like, I'll pick this up later. And I never did.
Well, do you know what happens in the last one?
I heard Neo dies.
Yeah, so that's where a lot of people are having their issue right now.
So what if my one theory is that the guy we're seeing is not actually Neo, because there's one part where he touches his face and it turns into someone else real quick. I'm like, or that Neo is dead, but his brain, like remember, like
they like swap the body.
Or something like his brain is in the Matrix, like his mind is now like an AI or something.
Yeah, again, it's the Matrix. Like there's a shit ton of ways they could do this where it would make sense, right? Like it's the Matrix. There you go, solved. But a lot of people are having issues because, like, yeah, he didn't make it through the full trilogy. So there's that.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I think that third one was supposed to be the last one. Like they had no plans to do more.
Yeah,
but yeah, because it was kind of Renaissance, by the way, I love.
Like I said, cash grab.
Yeah. But I'd like to see what Lana Wachowski does because the Wachowski brothers and now sisters, they were always on the edge of doing great stuff. They did The Matrix, then they produced V for Vendetta.
Whoa. Yeah. What? What'd you say?
They did The Matrix, and then they produced V for Vendetta.
Okay.
Or did you mean when I said
the other part? Sisters? Yeah.
Yeah. So they're both trans now. Both brothers are now sisters. Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
I was always gonna say. I was like, I always thought they were brothers.
Yeah. So now they're sisters. Both of them.
Okay. I just kind of went with it because I thought I remembered it incorrectly.
Yeah. So both transitioned, and then they did a show on Netflix called Sense8, which was actually pretty decent. Heavy into the woke stuff, but it was actually a pretty interesting show. It got canceled, but then the fans petitioned to do like a finale movie to kind of wrap things up. It's about 8 people all across the globe who can trans into their mind. So like I would all of a sudden be in your head. You're still Tyler Roberts, but I can live your life, and then you could live my life. It was kind of interesting, and they're being hunted down by the government. It was actually pretty cool. But with the Matrix, I'd like to think that they've been talking about a Matrix revival for a while. Yeah. So I like to think that there's some thought put into this, and that it's not just a cash grab. I know Agent Anderson's not going to be in it. Mr. Anderson, Hugo Weaving's character. Yep. I mean, he was the villain for 3 movies, so I'd like to see where
he's very particular about what he does these days.
Yeah, but that's a revival, and it helps that Keanu looks very good for his age. He's like 57.
Yes, he does look very good.
He looks very good to capitalize on that, man. He's doing John Wick till Kingdom Come. I'm okay with that, man. I miss hard action movies, just straight up violent movies.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I got to take off in a couple minutes.
Yeah, actually, we could close the show out now too because I got to go. So
okay.
But what do you got going on tomorrow?
What's tomorrow?
Wednesday. Any panels?
I'm not sure yet.
Not sure.
I've been kind of digging doing it by myself. I've been doing a lot of shows just like by myself again.
Last week or 2 weeks ago, I think Caden had to leave, so it was just me for about 30 minutes. I kind of had fun. I was like, this is how I used to do TY's Corner.
I've been enjoying it. Like I don't need anyone there with me. I just talk to the audience, and it's I don't know. I've been enjoying it. So that's why
I'm not saying I don't want Caden or Austin, but there was kind of like I don't want to say freedom.
It's refreshing.
You're talking directly to them. There's no filter. Whatever. I don't think Internals will be that good. I'll tell you why. You can get more into a point.
Yes, and I don't know, but yeah. So I've been enjoying doing the shows, kind of on me lonesome. But I'm making a point because like now I'm settled into my schedule. I'm working 2 jobs plus I'm doing this. So like I kind of understand where you're coming from these days, but I've been trying to make it a point to get on. Plus I'm also doing the other podcast now with Brian called The Recovery Bros. And the links are in the description below. We've done 4-5 episodes in like 1
Saturdays,
week.
Right?
Yeah. What?
Doesn't it come out on Saturdays?
No, we did 5 episodes in like 1.5 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So, we do it at our own leisure, and we talk about our experience, strength, and hope in recovery. That's an AA thing. We don't really go too much into the AA thing, but we just talk, and we're trying to help other addicts and alcoholics stay or get sober one conversation at a time. It's really fun to do, and it gives me an outlet. So not that this isn't an outlet, but like there I can talk about things that I can't hear.
Can't really over here,
yeah, and we can test the limit.
I guess the jury didn't reach your verdict because I thought that might happen live. I thought it could have been a cool moment. Like,
what happened with this kid? Real quick, what is going on? I'm really out of tune with this.
The jury's deliberating right now.
No. What's the crime?
Okay. Let's throw politics out the window. Basically, remember there was riots in the Kenosha when there was a guy with a knife about to stab a cop, and a cop shot him.
Okay.
Which I think
it's definitely warranted.
Yeah. So this kid lived about 20 miles away, and they're like, oh, he came there because his dad lives there in that town of Kenosha. He was there helping with medical supplies in case anyone got hurt. He was cleaning up graffiti. And basically, anytime the rioters tried to do something, he was mostly protecting a certain lot with his friends so that this car dealership or whatever wouldn't get destroyed. One of the incidents, for example, was a bunch of people lit a dumpster on fire, and then one of the people that was with him turned the fire out. So here's what happens. He gets into a confrontation with about 2 or 3 guys. And one of them was like, shoot me, N-word, shoot me, N-word, shoot me, N-word. And basically said, if I see you again, I'm going to kill you. You know, now the kid is armed. He has an AR-15.
This Kyle kid.
This Kyle Rittenhouse kid, yeah.
Okay.
At some point, a gun went off. This is where it gets a little ambiguous. He starts running. 2 of the guys chase him. One guy hits him in the head with, this is all video, with a skateboard twice. Kyle fires his gun and kills 2 of them. One of them had a gun out in the video.
Jesus.
Pulled out a gun. The kid shot and killed him. And the third guy shot him in the bicep. The guy lost his bicep, he's missing his bicep.
Okay.
He runs off to find the cops. In this video of him waving at the cops think he's just another protester, rioter. So then he goes home, and his mom takes him to their police station so he can tell them, look, this is what happened. I was involved in the shooting. Unfortunately, everything's become politicized. He's a kid who's pro-guns, a.k.a. right-winger. And the 3 people he killed
were
left-wingers. Both of them had records. One of them had a child record without using the word.
Yep.
Meaning he did it with children.
Yep.
The other guy had a history that was 10 pages long.
Christ.
Unfortunately, they're kind of painting him as a white supremacist, and I was upset that Biden kind of implied that. It's like, this kid, he did this thing and blah, blah, blah. And he literally broke down that the prosecution, this technically was, throughout the politics, was a justified shooting. But now the politics are in, well, he's on that side, and those guys were on the side of the
right. So they're not seeing it for what it is. They're not taking they're not taking into account the situation, only the beliefs. And that's a dangerous game.
Very dangerous. And unfortunately, well, depending what side you're on, the prosecution has not made a good point because the prosecution's own witnesses kind of backed him up. They were like, yeah, I did raise my gun at him. And then one guy's like, oh, I wasn't chasing him, but you were running in the same direction as him. And they're like, oh, then they had a gun charge that he was carrying an AR-15 across state lines. As it turns out, the specifications are that the barrel has to be a certain length, and it was actually longer, so the gun was dropped. Then they found out that the judge, he got really mad at them because the prosecution was like, oh, you were silent when you were arrested, weren't you? And the judge's like, whoa, 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 that's his right to be silent, or you're trying to imply something here. It seems, from what it looks like he will be acquitted.
Okay.
But the media has kind of painted this kid as sort of like a white supremacist neo-Nazi, even though none of that was in there. Trump supporting, gun-toting white kid who killed. And they're saying it's racially motivated, even though the 2 people he shot were white, and the third guy he shot was white. But the way the media has kind of spun this is really kind of ugly. And both President Trump and Biden have weighed in. I'm like, dude, shut up. You should not, and that could be for the jury. So it looks like likely he will get a not guilty verdict. He will be acquitted. It was a justified shooting. But then the prosecutor's like, so is it true that you play Call of Duty? And the kid's like,
oh my God.
Isn't that a game where you and your friends kill everyone around you? And I'm like, really? It kind of got really stupid.
They're pulling from the bottom of the barrel now.
So it doesn't look good. Number 2, there are stories circulating that there are going to be planned riots if he's acquitted, like there were for George Floyd. And again, I've seen friends of mine on Facebook comparing him to Jeffrey Dahmer and all. And this kid broke down crying. And then LeBron made fun of him for crying. LeBron, dude, shut the hell up.
It's like LeBron, I've seen you cry multiple times.
He cries all the time. And so, unfortunately, politics gets into everything, and people, it's this: if you're a Democrat, you're on the side of the people who were shot. If you're a Republican, but it's like, well, no, let's throw all that out.
Let's look at the facts.
It's like the OJ thing that happened 25 years ago. That if you felt like it became a racial thing, even though race had nothing to do with it, he clearly killed those people. They're like, but the guy who got him was a racist, or something like that. And all
right, so Kyle Rittenhouse shot 3 men. Shot 3 men. I can't keep it this straight. Kyle Rittenhouse shot
reckless homicide.
2 of them wounding the 3rd during a protest against police brutality in Kenosha, Wisconsin last year. Rittenhouse has argued that he fired it in self-defense after the men attacked him.
I mean, you can watch the video. Unfortunately, AP is a little bit biased. I think AP, even Washington Post and New York Times have been really wrong in this. Like, just because they painted him as like a white, I'm like, come on, let's get that out of there. This is a 17-year-old kid. He's 18 now. Like,
so, okay, bystander video shows Rosenbaum chasing Rittenhouse through a parking lot and throwing a plastic bag at him. That doesn't look too great. Rittenhouse flees behind a car. Rosenbaum follows. Video introduced at the trial showed Rittenhouse wheeling around and firing as Rosenbaum chased him. So that's painting a picture that doesn't sound good.
Painting a picture. It doesn't mention that he hit him twice in this video. And by the way, just because you have a gun, the person attacking you doesn't.
Rosenbaum lunged for Rittenhouse's gun.
Yeah, so there were 3 people involved in this. Yeah, he lunged for his gun. Yeah, they tried to say it wasn't lunging; he was just stepping, like, and all this other stuff.
This is him.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, and he looks so young.
He's very young. Yeah, and
the charges punishable up to 60 years.
Yeah.
God, I would hate to be this kid right now.
When I went to high school with Ty, this happened. He got in an argument with this kid over a girl in a bar. Great story. They go outside. This is all on tape. The person who was arguing with him, he was threatening to beat him up. So this kid pulled out a gun.
Okay.
He's not a kid. He's an adult. This kid I went to high school saw it, charged at him. Like, yeah, go ahead and shoot me. The kid shot him.
Oh.
Now he lived. He lived. But the law says that, look, he pulled out a gun, told you to step back, and you still came at him. That's assault.
Yes.
You have the right to fire. Now, there's a whole other question about the Second Amendment and all that stuff.
The person that shot had a legal carrying
right to defend himself. Yeah.
But he was the gun was legal.
Yeah, everything was legal. Yeah.
Okay.
He
yeah, he's not.
The law says that he pulled out the gun, told you to back off, and you charged at him. Like, yeah, go at it, come at me, and he shot him. So technically under the law, so a lot of people mix up assault and battery. So legally, I haven't taken business law in a long time, but assault can mean that you feel like you're in immediate threat. So if I'm in front of you, Ty, I'm like, I'm gonna whip your ass, and like I lunge towards you, that's considered assault. Doesn't mean I put my hands on you. If I put my hands on you, that's
batteries when you do that. Yes.
Yeah, when you do that. So it was technically assault. The guy lunged at him after he pulled out the gun, so he shot him. They went to court and everything, and they said, nope, he had the legal right to shoot him because he pulled out the gun, he warned him, you came at him, and, but the kid who got shot, he's developed he got through it. He's built an amazing bodybuilding career. Like he got, he's living a perfectly normal life.
Changed his life, yeah.
But my point is that a lot of the issues have been like, what was he out there doing in the first place? They've kind of painted it like he was out there looking for trouble, and maybe he was.
This Kyle kid?
Yeah, this Kyle kid. But like all the videos show, he had been there cleaning up graffiti, giving out first aid.
Not a bad person.
Yeah, not a bad kid. Maybe he is a Republican. I don't know, because the Republican side has really come down hard on this kid's side. Like, hey, he had the right, and all of a sudden it becomes a Second Amendment issue. But it's gotten nasty on both sides. And I will say this. I understand. I didn't like the rioting or looting that happened when George Floyd was killed, but I understood why it happened. Again, I don't agree with it. I think it caused a lot of problems. With this one, if rioting and looting starts because of this incident, I'm like, how?
Yeah, it doesn't.
This was not a racially motivated thing. Those guys were jerks.
It's because both sides. It's because one side, like again, you're 100% right in saying that the facts don't matter right now to honestly both sides. Like neither side is innocent in it.
Yeah.
But they're taking this case and they're amplifying it and using it to push their views forward, right?
Yeah.
And that gets people worked up.
That becomes a kangaroo court. All of a sudden, it's like, You have talking heads of educated people. These people went to good schools on CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, saying outlandish stuff. And it's like, this has nothing to do with the case. But like, it becomes about like, if this kid wins, it's supporting white supremacy. I'm like, oh, come on. Now let's back up a second here. Come on. Because unfortunately, we've gotten to a place. Now, look, I say this might come to shock to some people, but I am what they call a person of color. Right. There is racism, but I do feel that in the last 10 years, the media has had a good job in heightening it and making it seem like we're living in 1950s Alabama again or something. Like it's really not that bad. At least I think to some degree. Are there still conversations to be had? Yes. But this kid, maybe he shouldn't have been there, but it's not against the law to go there. If you're against him being there, I would say, well, what about the rioters and the protesters, the people setting places on fire, burning buildings, And the answer can't just be like, oh, well, insurance. Like my 7-Eleven has been here all my life. They're not rebuilding it because that company was like, 7-Eleven's like, nope, we're not going to rebuild it. We're going to take our business to another neighborhood where it won't be looted. And no one is buying this property. It's right down the street. It got set on fire during the rioting. And I get that. Walgreens is pulling out of Seattle because Seattle has like this weird rule that you can steal up to $700 worth of stuff
without being charged grand larceny.
Yep. So if you wanted, hypothetically, if you had a PlayStation 5 in there, you could go in, grab a PlayStation 5, 2 controllers in a game, and you're okay. So Walgreens is like, we're not going to do any more stores in Seattle.
Right.
Because that's costing us money. That's costing us.
We're just going to get robbed on a daily basis.
Yeah.
On a daily basis, we'll get robbed. And I can't read this article because the Grinch thing is confusing me. It's too, I keep looking over at the Grinch.
Yeah.
No, but all right. So I do gotta take off. I gotta go too. This. Let's talk more next time.
Maybe on Thursday we'll probably have a verdict in the next 2 days because it seems pretty open and shut. I mean,
I really, really hope that next time we talk, there hasn't been riots.
Yeah.
I really hope. Let's pray.
Gavin, that's a good point. My dad was in a war when he was 18. He's like, you have no idea how scary it is,
Dude, that I would not want to be this kid right now. Yeah. You're in the middle of both parties using it to advance their notion on gun control.
Yeah.
Whether side you're on. Like, listen, I do lean more Republican, not gonna lie, right? I'm not afraid to say it.
Yeah.
But
and now we're canceled.
Yeah, no, I have some Democratic I'm a centralist, right?
Yeah,
I pull from both sides.
I'm a centrist who leans left. I'm pretty liberal on like social stuff. You want to be trans? That's fine. Go ahead, do your thing. Yeah. You want to use the bathroom? I'm okay with that.
Me too. I do like whatever someone does. Like you want to be called he or you are he, but you were born she. Like that doesn't affect me.
But on the other hand, do I think they should teach that to 5-year-olds? That's where I'm like,
yeah, of course it gets dicey.
But it gets dicey. That doesn't mean
dicey.
It just means like I don't want my kid being taught that. My kid could be trans. I don't have any kids for the record, but I can understand that,
So phones are not being taken away at the Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah. So they're probably gonna have people film it and then they're gonna release it. They're probably planning to release it then.
Yeah. So I'll be. That's why I gotta go now because at 6:48, and I'm gonna be going back live around 8:15, 8:20.
Come on Thursday. If there's a verdict, we can talk more about this. They have proper timelines of events of things that happened. Unfortunately, the mainstream media and the right wing have kind of like cherry picked what happened to fit their narrative. So
of course,
there's a lot to dissect in that. But like it's happening.
Let's do it. Yeah. We'll go through the timeline on Thursday. And guys. As always, make sure to support the show. Become a member, subscribe, share, like, all that jazz. All the links are in the description below. And I'm gonna let Jack take us out. So because it's his it's his dig.
Yes. Listen. Thank you for using super chats today, even though you guys didn't. We need it. We need the help.
Even though I saw a couple of the names that I've seen in our chat tonight. I see have been given money to John Campia.
Oh.
You know who you are.
No, we do appreciate the support. But unfortunately, because of the topics, every one of our videos always gets demonetized for some reason because we say a trigger word like Nazi or something. They're like, off. So that's where we are. So we do appreciate your support. If you want to become a channel member, that helps us too. Helps us pay for StreamYard, helps us pay for my laminating my posters. I'm just joking. But it really does help us. But we do want to thank you. Make sure you hit the notification bell, all right? So when Ty goes live later tonight, talk about Spider-Man No Way Home, you can watch it. And even if you miss a show, guys, watch it afterwards. You don't have to watch it live, but we do appreciate it. If you do watch it afterwards, just make sure you leave a comment. It helps our algorithms. It helps YouTube and help us get out there. I do appreciate it. Benson, you're going to start some trouble, baby, but we like trouble because we do it for you, and we do it for the culture. Kevin, get in here! Ooh, I like that.